Yo, Fluffs, and we are live. It's good to see you all. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. It's going to be exciting tonight, I hope. We got Michael Khan, PJ, Dave, Joe, Ryan, and Roger in the house. How you guys doing?
Hello.
I don't even know how I have to ask. You've been speaking the whole day.
Groove-tastic.
But it's good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. Everybody in the YouTube lands, hello. Thank you for coming. So, have you guys heard of Space Cadets?
Absolutely. I remember watching it.
It was a fun. I enjoyed that show.
2005, 2004, 2005.
Yeah, it was long ago. Yeah, 2005.
I was thinking last night it was about back at the end of the 90s, but no, that's when he was doing Big Breakfast. So, yeah, I would say it was about 2004, 2005.
It was a while back, that's for sure.
I don't remember this Space Cadets. Was it a TV show? I thought you were talking about people in the Space Force or something. I thought that was what the topic meant, but I didn't know there was a show called Space Cadets.
Yes, but they got a load of people and trained them up, said they took them to Russia and all that. Just a load of gullible people. I can't remember how they picked them. Said they were going to train them up to go to space.
Well, the guy will explain it now. They actually checked for the most gullible people, and then they based them upon that. They did tests of them to see who would be more gullible. What's up, I can see, man?
Good family. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I know that, dude.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Much appreciated.
Anytime. Always welcome, man. Always welcome. So, this is Space Cadets.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going to love this.
I remember the end. I remember the end of it. I'm not going to go into the end episode, but I remember that the most. I was like, wow, how could they fall for it?
It's quite intense.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. But you can see they're like literally just making fun of the people.
I mean, how many parts is that?
Wow, there's a lot of parts. But we're starting with part one just so we can get the just for it and everything. But
of course.
Hello and welcome to Space Cadets. It's Space Gym, but not as you know it. So what are we trying to achieve here? We have a two-part mission statement. Part one, we must convince a group of people that a large field a stone's throw from Ipswich is in fact a Russian space training facility. Part two, we must convince this same group of people we're going to put in a shuttle, blast them into space for 5 days, where they'll make history as Britain's first televised space tourists, when in fact they will be in this high-tech shuttle simulator based on genuine NASA blueprints in this aircraft hangar here in that same field. Ipswich. Now,
it looks a lot better than the LEM.
Yeah,
it looks like it's made out of camper parts.
Yeah. It is actually. It's on hydraulics and everything, but it's made out of a.
I mean, that window right there is straight up out of a pickup truck cap. You know one of them caps you put on the bed of a pickup truck? That's straight up out of one of those, man.
No, people review films and all that else. So no, this
is still under fair use though.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be funny. You saw that big screen they had in the front as well. You see that screen?
Yeah.
That's what they see. They actually at this later they actually climb and look through the window of the cockpit. That's what they see. They think they're in space.
And they're convinced by that.
They're convinced by that.
It shows you what it was like back then, and that's only 2005.
Yep.
On genuine NASA blueprints in this aircraft hangar here in that same field near Ipswich. Now, if they last the full 5-day mission without rumbling us, they'll each walk away with a bundle of cash. This is the most elaborate and expensive hoax in British TV history. So what could possibly go wrong? Well, to be frank with you, pretty much everything. But don't panic. If the whole ruse is rumbled, there is a plan 2 in place which cannot fail. 10 episodes of Jamie Oliver's school dinners.
Yeah, that's quite good. Sorry, I think someone's trying to come in. Roger. Oh, Roger.
How are we doing today, guys?
Roger.
Good.
It's been a long day so far.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, this weekend is going to start explaining it and stuff. It's
I want to.
The Russian base that has trained every cosmonaut to blast into space. We had to replicate this facility to stand any chance of convincing our cadets they were at a real space camp.
For sure, music, I'll just mute it. But yeah, what they're doing is they're going to take and they're going to make the
Countryside, we found just what we needed: a decommissioned military base from the Cold War. As you can see, there were similarities, but the producers believed their site looked better than the Russians. Job done. The site was packed with all sorts of interesting buildings. But it needed to be transformed from a derelict airbase into a convincing launch site for a space shuttle. There were 4 major areas that needed a
yeah. So what they did is they changed the actual decommissioned base to make it look like a Russian base.
Yeah.
So they changed all the signs to Russian. They changed the food to Russian products. They actually flew to Moscow, guys, to buy Russian food to do this.
Jesus.
Oh, they went all out. Spent some money.
They went all out, and then they started, getting the people for interviewing and all this.
The show is all about. Nice. Hold on, you look interesting. Who are you?
My full name is Jonathan Edward Sidney Harris VII. And I am a lord.
Lord John.
I say. Lord John certainly has the confidence. What about the rest of you?
When people want a good night out, I'm the person they phone, and when I turn up, immediately the smiles on the faces turn up, and people are like, right, he's here, let's get on with it now.
People follow a lot, people can't make decisions for themselves, but with me, you see, I can do everything, I'm a leader.
Always try and take the lead. I kind of always initiate things rather than just wait for it to happen.
They will never make that journey to space. I say thankfully, because let's take a closer look at this shuttle. Yes, from the interior, it appears to be a faithful reproduction of a genuine working space shuttle. But the exterior view is another matter. It's made of wood, and it just wouldn't be safe. You see, even though I don't know a lot about space travel, one thing I do know is that wooden panels have an annoying tendency to burn up on re-entry. Okay, we're going to take a break now, but join us in a couple of minutes.
But that made the point on part 1.
Oh, they've done them in bricks, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we learned why they can't make wooden spaceships. That's a good thing to know too.
Hey,
How come they don't get burn up? How come they don't burn up going out?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
The Japanese just solved on that point. You do know, or maybe you don't. I don't know, but the Japanese they've been attempting to make wooden satellites. That's the claim.
I saw that. Yeah, bamboo.
Yeah.
You serious?
I'm dead ass.
I saw that.
That's not shocking. Yeah. Hey guys, did anybody see Dave Weiss? He had a couple of clips about the Russian space shuttles that these kids found on the old abandoned bases that they had, like those fake panels that were carved out of wood with the lights in them. They just looked like they were they're airplanes. Yeah.
Oh,
The Russian kids, they found these things inside hangars, and they were going and breaking them apart and finding out that the control panels were just fake. They were just false panels with lights in them. They weren't doing anything. They were flying up in the air, landing these things back on the ground. They're airplanes.
Yeah. Wow.
He had like 3 films of it. These kids went back and forth, and they got caught doing it though.
Wow.
But found out that the Russian space shuttles were just airplanes. Yeah.
God,
This reminds me of that. Yeah.
But don't worry, you guys can see it gets quite hectic, because this is where they start testing the people. And this is the ironic thing is these are all Globers.
Yep. They have to be.
Yeah. And this is exactly why I'm putting the parallel with. This is how they get, how they fool people in the real world. It's the same kind of thing.
You can add this to your like documentary. You know, add a little clip from this. Like, this is how stupid they are.
Of Her Majesty's forces, anyone with training in astrophysics or related disciplines, and of course, anyone who could name more than 4 characters from Star Trek: The Next Generation. With these potentially dangerous know-it-alls out of the frame, we were then ready to start the tests in earnest.
You know what he just said? So out of all the participants, they took the smartest people out. So anybody could, who knows any general knowledge about anything, they took them out.
Sure.
Set out to discover who had what we were looking for and who
The
didn't.
right stuff.
It's kind of insulting if you think about it.
Oh yeah.
Now they got all these contestants. It's like, oh, you guys are the dumbest of the dumb.
Wait, you got to tell them they're the smart kids, dude. You're the smart one. You're
Right.
better than that. Yeah.
Well, there was that teacher. She did this study, and what she did was she told her class, it was a class of like 3rd graders, and she told the class that experts, scientists had discovered that blue-eyed people were better and smarter than brown-eyed people.
I remember that.
And within a very short period of time, not only did the blue-eyed kids start doing better, the brown-eyed kids started doing worse. The blue-eyed kids had come up with derogatory names for the brown-eyed kids and everything, and they were feeling real good. And after a couple of days, she corrected the class and said, I was mistaken. I had that backwards. The scientists had discovered that the brown-eyed people were better and smarter, and it completely reversed.
Oh,
Nice.
And then she used it as a lesson on biasness, on how you can be made to believe something like that. They did a PBS special on this. This was back in the 70s, and these kids got together and they came back and thanked that teacher for giving them that lesson, because it really opened their eyes up to things, you know.
and she got them while they were young too.
Yeah. He said, she told him, you reacted just based on what somebody told you. None of it was even true, but you believed it. And look how you all acted. You teased each other. You stopped being friends and all kinds of shit. See?
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Social behavior.
Yep.
What's up, Butter?
Hey guys, how
Hey,
y'all
Butter.
doing?
Good to see you, man.
Butters.
Good to see you.
I feel like I'm in South Park.
Hey,
Butter.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's gonna be good. Are you?
You're in London.
Damn.
From the 100 interviewed, we invited 50 potential space cadets to London for a day of psychological tests. Unbeknownst to them, 3 actors had infiltrated the group. From this point on, Charlie, Rainey and Steve will pose as contenders and be our eyes and ears from within. For this mission to succeed, our space cadets will have to be suggestible.
Suggestible?
Yeah. And
Sounds
that
like
is,
a Globy to me.
Oh, yeah.
that sounds derogatory, guys.
It tells me why they chose Don Pettit. He seems to be highly suggestible.
Oh.
Nah, not at all. You say you have a leak, you have a leak.
Yeah, right.
you just deal with it.
Yeah, they do have some kind of procedure to fix it, you know. I don't know what it is, but they do.
Yeah, you got to.
Give it with your tongue.
Well, that's my new screen name now. I'm going to be Space Cadet.
Suggestible people are more likely to believe all that they see and hear. A suggestible mind is also often a highly creative mind. Together with psychologist Professor Robert Edelman, we devised a number of tests to measure the suggestibility of each of our contenders.
And you must see the idiotic tests they do. It's like, if you look at you, like, think, what the hell?
Is it
What's it got to do with space?
Blocks and just shaped holes, you know?
Yes.
It does, dude. How'd you know?
Watch this.
First up, the dot pattern test. Each contender was shown a series of pattern cards. They were told that some contained hidden faces. They didn't. Those that saw the faces in most detail were the most suggestible. They want to believe in something so much they'll see something that doesn't exist. These...
Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah, like a cult member? Yeah.
Yes, Tyson. Yes, there he is.
This sounds like a training place for the Mason.
Yeah, but doesn't it sound like familiar? They want to see something so bad that doesn't exist that they believe it to be there. Something like curve or gravity.
Or balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel movement that's not there. Oh, I could feel it. Like, what?
Yeah. The centrifugal motion of the earth that holds it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he told them there was faces in them, so they found them. Nice.
And we just have to point out, guys, these are all Clovers.
Precisely.
Obviously.
Are our kindest people. Take a close look at each card.
Now they're good people.
If you can spot something, you too can have a suggestible mind of a space cadet.
Let the dot pattern test begin.
Some saw nothing, ruling them out of the race. But the most suggestible candidates let their imaginations run wild.
That's Boy George.
Loads of different people, and they're all just dancing around crazy.
A woman's reproductive system.
Maybe just the bottom half of a dolphin.
What the old shipyard workers look like when they went to work.
Okay, this looks like Mr. Punch.
I was a witch, a hot dog and some fries.
Oh, no.
Looks like an Italian priest with the Joker out of Batman's makeup on.
A skull put on top of like a lampshade, smiling with a cowboy hat on it.
What the hell?
That looks like
that's what's gonna. This is another one.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that looks like an alien face. But what? Look here.
Card, however, did contain a face. A little clue for our unsuspecting space cadets. Could you see what it is yet?
It looks like a Roswell alien. Alien.
That's definitely an alien.
Ah, Elvis.
Elvis.
That time he showed up.
The second test of...
This is a different one. This is quite interesting.
I'm sure this is exactly the astronauts, what they have to go through, to get into NASA.
Yeah, it's a training they go through.
Precisely. Yeah, this is Doug Pettit.
You hear about there was this guy, he went to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist was giving him these Rorschach tests, which is, of course, like that, the ink blots. And so he showed him this one. He says, what do you see? He says, I see a beautiful woman laying naked on a couch. He goes, interesting. Showed him another one. And he says, what do you see here? He says, oh, my God, that's a beautiful redhead laying on the bed all seductively. And he gets through this a couple of times, and he keeps getting the same thing. It's always naked women, in seductive poses. And the psychiatrist says, sir, he says, I believe that you must have sex on your mind an awful lot. And he says, me? You're the one with the dirty pictures.
That's a good one. This is quite interesting. You see how much eyeballs is in there?
Yeah.
Now they have to try and guess how much there is in there, and they're going to look at the board. They're going to see someone having a much higher number. So they're going to see, are they suggestible enough to go with their gut on how much it is, or they're just going to put that much higher number because other people are writing it.
Suggestibility was based on the marbles in a jar test devised by a psychologist named Crutchfield in 1964. This test was designed to measure group conformity. During the training, our actors will be on hand to help convince the cadets they may really be blasting off into space. Essential. So we needed to see who was more likely to be influenced by group thinking. The test was simple. We filled a glass jar with rubber eyeballs and asked the contenders to guess how many there were. Each contender was asked to say their first estimate out loud.
My first guess is 60.
60, okay. I just have to pause now and then, unfortunately. We can't play too long. But I think you're getting the gist of what they're saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or writing their final guess on a board. However, the producers were sneaky and altered the results of previous candidates to make them unrealistically high. For some, the exaggerated estimates weren't going to sway them.
Give me your first guess.
150.
85.
But those who changed their gut instinct after seeing the numbers on the board were the people for us.
What's your first guess?
How's that? I can see it's a little.
Follow the leader,
but,
dude.
I'm going to change it because of what.
Yeah, right.
Social experience.
Yeah, the stupid
And
ones.
the,
Yes.
the ironic thing is, all these tests are based on things that they use to manipulate people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is exactly
Absolutely.
why people believe today in the globe. It's because tests like this.
And
Yeah.
viruses.
It's all one where they had this guy, he was the mark, and everybody else was like playing like they were in the same experiment, and this guy was showing them different sized lines and then saying which one of these is the longest. And he's like, first he answers correctly the first time, and the other people are all saying the one that's obviously not it, it's the wrong one. And then pretty soon after that, he starts going along with the consensus of the other people, even though it's obviously wrong. He starts going along with everybody else's consensus because he doesn't want to be the odd man out.
Mm-hmm. So say thank you, Tony Rickman, for £10 super chat. You rock, man. He says, as soon as Pastor Duffy stated, I've never seen level water. I remember that. Jaron and Watson would have said, we're not going to any plane to Antarctica with your dumbass.
Ryan had it. Guys, Ryan wanted me to ask him a question, and I forgot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he wanted me to ask him why he would back Bob Enyart. I did ask him about Bob Enyart, but I didn't ask him what Ryan asked me to. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll see him again.
Hopefully when you go teach his Sunday school, you can ask him.
Yeah.
Hey, this background right here, this is a picture I took when I was in the famous flats, the salt flats in Bolivia. So, yeah, you can see that's my kids there walking on the water. But
Nice.
it's covered with the...
You mean those curved salt flats? The salt curve?
Yeah, no. I've never seen... Oh, man, I don't know.
I mean, look at that reflection. It's proper, just mirror image.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mirror image, yeah.
But I've seen
Hold on, guys.
some people like going there once it's in like rainy season, and it says like a perfect mirror.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like the Bolivian salt flats.
And another I took, which is pretty amazing. I'll pop it up, but keep going.
Yeah. I don't think Duffy wants me to teach a Sunday school class neither. I just think he wants to use their building to let me do my yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's kind of odd.
70.
Now you have 10 further seconds to write your final guess next to where you see your name.
Is it a bit higher?
Maybe he's listening to the show.
150.
Yeah.
70.
And then write your final guess on the board.
Whoa. Okay. 87.
103.
And there were some who just didn't get it at all.
What's your first guess?
A load of rubber eyes.
Yeah.
How much is in the jar? A load of rubber eyes. That sort of sounds like a Sean Hawkins thing to say.
Yeah, but she's right though. It is a load of rubber eyes. It absolutely is.
You guys see this one?
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
that's crazy.
That's south.
Why are we seeing a mountain in the distance, and why is it got a reflection?
Yeah.
Exactly. Precisely.
How far away is that from you, by the way? How far is that
I
mountain?
didn't do the calculations of it. I wish I had more instruments with me. I went on a family vacation at that time, so I didn't have.
Wait, where is that exactly?
That's Dakar, Bolivia.
Bolivia.
Yeah.
Okay.
The salt flats.
Salt flats, yeah.
They don't they have like a lamellar structure in the base of them? Like they have octagon ridges on them.
What?
Across the base. Yeah. If you look at them, there's like a root structure of what they say was a giant tree.
On the sole itself, you mean? Yeah. They do. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Oh.
And if you don't touch the eyes or the jar, if you don't touch the eyes.
Hold on.
Oh, and just so you know, there were in fact 210 eyeballs.
Ooh.
The finished shuttle will measure just 10 foot by 8 foot by 8 foot. Each compartment is the same size as your average garden shed, and our cadets will be living in there for up to 5 days. We'd already eliminated those who admitted to being claustrophobic, but we needed to test the rest for ourselves. This included our actors. There are 2 types of claustrophobia. First, we tested for restrictive claustrophobia with the sleeping bag test.
Yeah. Put them in sleeping bags.
Oh, it's terrifying. Don't put me in that bag.
It's like, yeah, just
hanging
trust
from the
it.
ceiling.
This is real. This is things that real astronauts train, guys. Sleeping in a sleeping bag.
Right.
Our successful cadets will be donning genuine Russian cosmonaut spacesuits, complete with close-fitting helmets. So, we made each actor and contender wear a pair of blacked-out goggles before strapping them into a sleeping bag for 20 minutes. The heat, restriction, and extreme sensory deprivation.
I don't know. I think I'd find that comfy and just sleep.
Yeah. But
I
don't
probably
forget the
would've fell asleep
tang.
before they strap me up.
Yeah, you got to have some tang.
Tang.
As long as I had a nice, company meeting beforehand, I'd be fine.
We'll calm you down.
Right. Recreated the cramped conditions in the suits. Most people were totally at ease.
But 1 out of...
And while some...
Sorry?
1 out of 5. Like, I freaked
but
out.
about 1 out of 20. Flip out.
I think they're training him to get into the VR suits. You know what I mean?
This is like the epitome of what a retard test is.
Get them all zipped up.
Yes, it is.
Get them all zipped up and
This is the biggest retard test I've ever seen.
Get them all zipped
Spin them
up
around him.
And the guy says, I have to poop now.
That was a good one. I gotta go.
In swaddling cloth.
We have a slight lack of hair in this camp.
They shouldn't have asked whether they're supposed to maybe wear diapers.
Yeah. They get it depends.
But you see, this is what gets to me. Like when they ask the actual real astronauts, like, "Oh, you guys have been drinking your own pee
in coffee."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The living water.
Right. We mix it with instant tang.
Breaks the flavor.
And some taint to make it taste.
Shit.
Oh yeah. Sounds delicious.
Oh no, not that.
To take it lying down.
We save that part for coffee.
Nobody showed signs of severe restrictive claustrophobia.
Nice.
As if being mummified wasn't difficult enough, we then tested them for confinement claustrophobia in the lift test.
Wow.
The lift test?
No, not an elevator. No.
We don't want to be an elevator.
That once on board, there's no getting off
Love
until
it,
the ride
love
came to a
it,
complete
love.
stop. So, unbeknownst to our contenders and actors, a lift was rigged to break down, trapping them for 20 minutes under the watchful eye of our producers and psychologists.
They're just trapping it for 20 minutes. That's not too bad.
20 minutes ain't enough.
Yeah.
Make it a 0G elevator. Now we've got some excitement.
Yeah, or put a movie screen on the floor that makes it look like they're falling.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been stuck in an elevator for like 2.5 hours before, and then it took me out. So yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
But this knowing they're putting you in an elevator, it's like 20 minutes.
Listen, I'll tell you what. I was at a jail Hudson's one time. I was on the escalator and the power went out, and I was trapped for like an hour on that escalator. And
Damn.
yeah.
Hang on. How would you get trapped on an escalator? You can just
Well,
walk up.
You'll be surprised.
Dude, what the hell, bro? Hey, come on, dude.
Hey, it's moving because it's moving. All right.
Moving because it's moving.
Maybe if the power went out and the lights went out too, and it was completely dark, I could understand. But I mean, come on.
And then you realize that woman that didn't want to get off the escalator was a Globie.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you had a Karen at the end that didn't want to move, huh?
This just tells me these people are complete morons to the extreme, dude. They just bumble through life everywhere they go.
Wouldn't at least one of those idiots have figured out that they were just testing us for dumb stuff? I mean, they got to be talking about this between them, right? Or do they keep themselves?
That's the thing. They didn't figure it out.
Yeah, they're classified for this specific mission. They're perfect. Guinea pigs.
Yeah. But if I was passing tests by being an idiot, I think I'd catch up.
In a room full of strangers, in silence.
What?
We're making them dance blindfolded.
We needed people who could see the funny side of television's most ambitious illusion. So our cadets needed cast iron confidence and the ability to lose their inhibitions. Anyone happy to get down wearing blacked out goggles to no music on camera was perfect. Anyway,
that's just perfect. Okay, that's a sovereign trying to share that woman.
Oh, there you go.
You gotta weed out the creep.
This is how the
which shape fits in the bucket?
Oh no! Leave it.
Put the peanut in the peanut
Oh.
shape hole.
You can put the circle into the square hole too, you know, and into the half.
This could get dirty quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say it fits in there. I mean, they didn't ask me which one does it supposed to go through. They just said put it through the hole. They don't let it go inside. And that one.
Just close your eyes and slam it down.
Turn it sideways and put it through the square hole, dude. You just turn it the other way, put it through the square hole. Yeah, there you go. So you're right there. Okay, dude, that's the way you do it. That one will fit in the square hole too. They're all the same. But that one's a square hole too if you turn it right. Watch this stuff through there. Watch. Yeah, right on. All those shapes will fit through that same hole, dude.
I think that bothers me with that though. If she's so smart, why did you keep on watching it?
I would give you extra credit for that. I mean, you're smart enough to figure out how to cram it through the wrong hole anyway. That's intelligent to me.
She probably crabs a lot of stuff through the wrong hole.
Wow, Roger. Wow.
So a girl cries when stuff goes in the wrong hole. That's the moral to that story. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You picked a good show, Flash. That was a good one.
Look, it's the Earth. No, it's the moon. No, it's what's that planet called? Tatooine.
Yeah, they're just showing how they're actually setting up the. See, they go to Moscow to actually buy the products,
the food, so that they think they're in.
Yeah. So and they're changing all the signs and getting the clothing. That's all they're doing, making it look like a Russian base. We obviously don't need to see that.
No, probably not.
I think we can see.
Can explain this picture of perspective here? Am I actually holding the sun?
Oh, nice.
Yes, you are, man.
Hey, let it go, man. You're gonna burn yourself.
Yeah, no kidding. I just don't understand. Why do you guys use perspective all the time?
Give it a kiss. I want to see you burn your lips.
How dare you guys? They're just doing like fun team building stuff. I want to get to where they start actually doing the classes. It's like crazy. I think this is where they announce.
That's a shame. I'm going to have to listen.
Just skip to the part where they put him in the G-Force thing.
Oh yeah, this is where they start announcing the people.
Oh. Andrew. Astrid. Billy.
Rachie.
Actor Charlie.
McToon.
Sharon. Kerry. Louise.
Don't forget.
Actor Rainey. Ryan.
There I am.
Sarah Jane.
Ooh, Sarah Jane.
Back in. Welcome to.
Well, you have to have a Mary Jane, right?
Mary Jane. That's
Oh yeah.
Ironworks.
You got to dance for somebody.
Oh yeah. Just watch this, guys. Watch the people's faces when they announces this.
To be quite a night for all of you. Back in June, you know, you all applied for a show called Thrill Seekers. Throughout the last 5 months, you've had no idea what that show was, correct? Absolutely no idea whatsoever. Okay. Now, you were promised a challenge and the ultimate thrill. That's what you were promised, yeah? Yes. Listen very carefully. I'm now going to give you the big picture. You are about to become the first televised British space tourists. That's right. Let's just go through that again. You can take it in. The very first televised British space tourists. Okay.
And the retards rejoice.
Idiot, we're so cool. We're going up there. So cool.
Oh, fuck,
Oh
man.
wow.
It don't take much, does it? No.
More like Space Peanuts than Space Cadet.
Yeah.
It's like we gave
Cards
space.
in space.
This plane here, it will take you to Russia. Once there, you will undergo 3 weeks of intensive astronaut training with STAR, the Space Tourism Agency of Russia. You may have seen when billionaires go up into space, they're the boys they use. At the end of your training, a lucky few of you, the best of the best, will be sent into orbit on a 5-day space tourist mission. This will not be all of you. You're the 12 who made the cut to go to STAR, okay? And it will all be televised here in the UK. Okay, now the producers believe you have what it takes.
Really?
And they hope you'll continue this adventure by boarding this jet behind me. But you don't have to. I'm going to give you 1 minute now. Really think very carefully about this.
I bet nobody drops out. Nobody's going to drop out.
All right, ain't nobody.
Nah.
You might get 1 or 2, but other than that, yeah, I feel you.
You really think there'd be any?
They're going to hang in there.
Maybe.
I don't think there is. I think they all go.
Yeah, they all go.
They probably, somebody gets injured on the way in because they're fighting over who's going to get there first and what's
And so our cadets board the plane to start their epic journey from Kent to somewhere near Ipswich.
I thought they really show anything.
Kumbaya.
Oh, I didn't expect that.
But do you think
That's
those
called
people?
cheering. I mean,
But do you think
they
these
made up their own
people
cult song.
But do you think they'll be so bright to realize this thing now? How far is Russia from our location?
Nah, they wouldn't be that bright, dude. No.
Well,
Where's our-
they'll
where's
probably
our
fly
pass-
around a while, so it'll seem. But yeah, I mean, if they're from,
Did they ask for our passports?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
What about our visas?
oh, well, yeah, they leave that out.
Wow.
I mean, why would they show that?
Hey, you want to know something? That's actually a really good question. Aside from the passports and visas, but rather, when was the last time you took a flight anywhere? You know what I'm saying? And then if they said, oh, last time I took a flight, it must have been like 15, 20, or I've never taken a flight at all. So those were like instant qualifiers, possibly,
Right, yeah. Because, right. You could fool them by just showing the map, showing you're going so far. We have a supersonic plane, who knows? Right?
Well, gentlemen, I'll be listening. I'll see you later.
All right,
Shot, man.
Have a good day at work. Hey, Roger.
Hi.
Cheers, Roger. Thanks for coming, man.
Thanks, Roger.
Yeah, this is them having they set it up there, everything, blah blah blah. Now they're gonna think they're gonna get to Russia.
Russia, look at the fucking space!
Right, tapping. Kiss me. Clear for takeoff. Please be true.
Because they think they're going to Russia. Now they're in Russia, apparently. All they did was just circle a few times, by the way.
Serving some booze and half them fall asleep, and most of them won't even know how long it's been.
Hey, look how excited they are.
Yeah, it's a party, man. Oh, look, they're drinking bottled water. Oh, boy.
Our newly chosen space cadets have had their watches removed. Now, thousands of feet above the lights of London, they are grappling with the enormity of the mission ahead of them.
My mate's gonna be like, oh, what are you doing, sir? Some reality TV show. We're getting space. What do I do? I won't play for Rangers. Oh, I wish I could play for Rangers. And my space. Hey, my kid's gonna go and say, oh, they're national like my dad.
We're astronaut like my dad. Okay.
I'd be the guy in the corner going, yeah, right. I'd be like, you idiots, this is not going to really happen.
Yeah. I'd be like, how much acid did you eat, man?
Yeah. See, so you know what's odd about this though? Not one flat earther would have been eligible for this prank because we'd all have seen through their bullshit from the beginning.
From the start. That's right.
What does
they
that
must
tell
have
you about
tried it without weeding them out, right? They must have tried it without
what does that tell you about the intelligence of these globies?
Damn. Well.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Not space, man. I know. My mum never had this in mind for me.
100 miles away near Ipswich, the final stages of a 3-month makeover are coming together. Hopefully in 4.5 hours' time, when the Space Cadets first land here, everything they see and hear will be Russian. Russian signs, Russian plugs, Russian litter strategically placed around the base, Russian guards,
Russian litter,
actors pretending to be Russian guards. It's absolutely vital that when the cadets arrive, they fully believe they're entering a military base in deepest, darkest Russia.
Oh my word. And that was it. I'm sorry.
20 minutes after they took off from California, right?
Do they really think Russia looks like that?
Well, at night, I guess.
Maybe in World War II, yeah, but not today.
Wow. So my question is this: did they give them
an abandoned power plant?
Did they give them a region in Russia or a city or a
No,
base?
they just said we're going to
Russia.
I think they just said we're going to Moscow, Russia. But I think they said it
Yeah,
was
they
a
give them no information.
top secret base in Russia.
Oh God.
It's so corny, yet they fall for it. Oh, man.
Rather than a deserted American airbase near Ipswich. Back in the clouds, the excitement is almost too much for some of the cadets.
What made me laugh? As they said, yeah, you're going into space. You went, I'm going to Russia! Whoa! We're going to space. Never buy a drink. Never buy a drink again, man.
As Lydd Airport in Kent.
See, that's all they did. Look what they did. They just flew around the whole time.
Oh, yeah, they just flew around.
I just went back to Ipswich.
But over the Russians, they get over there, and you got a fucking move and all that, like. Or they're just pushing us all the time, haven't they, right?
play a vital role in convincing them they were indeed in Russia.
Just do this bit for me again.
So we're to assume that nobody looked out the window and said, "Wait a minute, we're just circling the same area around and around." You know what I'm saying? Like, when did somebody notice that?
Ooh, okay, I think this is where they land, and then they. No, okay, it's the next one they land. I think we're kind of skimming through it as quick as possible because there's so much.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fluff.
I mean, if we have to watch it, it'll sit you for hours. Okay. Seriously. I mean, come on. Is this World War II or something?
And makes it look like
it has to fit the propaganda narrative you've been given about Russia.
It looks
That's
like
what they do when they make the news. They just
it looks like Escape from Sobibor.
I mean, so if you had to sit there, go there, and you see this, you're like thinking, why are these guys in Russian military uniform that's like in the 1950s, and they got tower guards with torches and things? I mean, what?
Yeah.
This is not period correct. But the thing is, like you said, they were taught this is how. It's a stereotype kind of thing.
Yeah.
They stereotyped the Russians to be this way, so they just automatically accept it.
Yeah. That's
I'd be asking, well, how come there is no custom?
Exactly.
Everybody acts serious.
How you doing? Oh, wow.
Здравия желаю! Добро пожаловать на российскую военно-космическую базу Крымск. Я, подполковник ФСБ, Тимошин, отвезу вас в ваши казармы.
He said, smiling and joy is illegal, so stop it.
And buy me a vodka.
You imbeciles are so stupid. You think I'm really speaking real Russian, do you? Oh, man.
Welcome to Russian military space base Krymsk. I, Colonel FSB, Timoshin, take you to your barracks.
Look at the look of your face. She's like, oh my God, he's really Russian.
Your buttocks?
This is scary.
I had this cousin. She was a blonde, really ditzy, and there was this guy that we knew that he could do different like foreign accents really well, right? Like he could make a French accent, Irish accent, whatever, Russian, German, and she was convinced that he could speak those languages because he could do those accents. She goes, he's really smart. He knows all those different languages. I was like, no.
Yeah, some people are naive. Just,
Yep.
They get impressed with people, especially if they look good. Yeah.
Shit, they got wet fish running and he's like that. Passport.
They're all acting like 8-year-olds with no booze. That's just happening.
Well, let's see if they get into the barracks.
That's a big fog machine, bro. Yeah, they got a dog.
I imagine this is going to be the Will Duffy trip. Make it look like it.
If I was around the country where this came out, I would have watched every single episode of it.
Yeah, you kind of binge watch this. I mean, PJ and Michael is probably bringing back memories.
No, definitely. I mean, I watched it when it came out. I mean, Ipswich, that's not too far from here, so not too far.
You're fucked for 3 weeks, whether you like it or not.
Don't take a piss until it's out.
They're not going to let us get.
Have a look at that! Electrical fucking fences! Some of these reality TV shows, they make you cry, man.
Oh my word.
Здравия желаю, товарищ подполковник. Дежурный по КПП сержант Улисов.
Вольно. Ну как, все нормально?
Все нормально.
Вот смотри, привез тебя космический
They
турист.
should have actually, for the fun, because I know none of these people speak Russian. They should have been saying something else than this. They said, "Yeah, we're fooling these guys, you know. Yeah, it's quite funny, don't you think they're actually falling for this rubbish?"
Иностранцы?
Да, англичане.
Товарищ подполковник, а девушки среди них есть красивые?
Ты знаешь, сержант, самые красивые девушки – это у нас, в России.
Мне нужны их паспорта.
Yeah, but I saw it. Okay, yeah. It's all of them just going. Next one. Someone's trying to come in.
There will be no joy, no smiling. Any kind of happiness is illegal in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4 state-run stations that are all play depressing music.
And then they got to start teaching them the classes and stuff. Oh, you must hear the excuse for gravity, guys.
Oh,
They
yeah,
even got excuse for gravity. And the name they give it.
What, the anti-grav thing?
I think what is it like? It sounds almost like anus. I think it's something like anus, and it's like anti-natural gravity or something.
Oh God.
Okay, everyone. Would you like to settle down in the comfy chairs?
This is great. This is what whenever it's
I trust you've all had a decent journey.
Yes, thank you. Fantastic.
On behalf of myself, James Campbell.
I mean, really, even the British Colonel. Look at the clothes he's got on.
Oh my God.
He does not look like he's in the military.
Looks like him off Doctor Who.
He doesn't look military at all, man, does he?
He looks like he stepped out of a bad war movie, man.
That's what I'm saying. Everything they got is not time period. All this is like World War II kind of stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sovereign, I hate to say it, but I was thinking it was you when you were younger.
He's about to say, at this rate, we'll have the Jerrys on the run in no time.
His RAF uniform is just ill-fitting. It does not fit.
I will go and search for Wilkins now so he can give me my tea.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And of STAR, the Space Tourism Agency of Russia. It is my very great pleasure to welcome you here this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I am the mission commander here at STAR.
He's a reptile.
I will be overseeing.
Right? They're getting ready.
Looks like Manual of Faulty Towers. A little bit.
It does, yeah. Okay. I think the next one they start doing the classes. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, it's okay.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
His whole toenail's nearly fallen off.
Toenail? Yeah.
Pretty shortly. This is the lecture hall where the cadets will learn everything they need to know to survive a 5-day mission aboard our space shuttle in a disused aircraft hangar. You saw it earlier. Now, the first day of a new school, always going to be a nerve-wracking experience, and one cadet in particular seemed to be dragging his heels. And so to the next big test. So far, the cadets believe they're in Russia. But will they believe that this former military HQ is actually a working Russian space academy?
Even Vladimir Putin have a mug. Okay.
We filled it with as many spacey things as possible. Pictures of space, impressive-looking rocket things.
Spacey things. We filled it with as many spacey things as we could find. Are you kidding me?
And the computer that's from the 1920s.
Jesus. There's something that looks spacey.
1950s, 1960s about. Yeah, I mean, did you see that computer? It looked like it can't even run MS-DOS.
Spacey.
What Putin in charge when that one?
Apple IIc.
You're surprised they don't have some test tubes and shit bubbling and some electric things going.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a room with a lab.
And a mad Russian scientist somewhere in the background. You know what I mean?
And Minsky, the first Russian monkey to return from space. Or so the cadets will be told. Now it's the moment of truth, as the cadets arrive for their first lecture. Steve bravely marching on through the pain.
Okay. Welcome to STAR's Space Tourism Program. In the words of STAR's mission motto, Eto ni raketstreni, which roughly translated, for any of you whose Russian is rusty, we, the adventurers. I'm aware that yesterday was fairly overwhelming.
You read that, it actually means it's not rocket science.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what it means? Oh, that's right, you do speak language.
These dumb fucking people, man.
I'm sorry, but this is like, oh man.
For you, and I'm sure you're still feeling a bit shell-shocked. However, I hope that for most of you, discovering that you're part of the world's first mass space tourism enterprise is a thrilling, if slightly daunting project.
He's one of the actors, by the way, so that's why it's like laughing. Yeah, there's 3 actors there that are playing along.
Really?
So they know, they know that it's fake. So they're like, oh man, these guys are actually falling for this stuff.
STAR is helping to turn what was once only the dream of the super rich into something everyone can experience. In just under 3 weeks, some, possibly even all of you, will be able to officially call yourselves astronauts. I'm the mission commander here at STAR, the Space Tourism Agency of Russia. I was a squadron leader in the RAF. I was in the RAF for 19 years before STAR tempted me away just over 8 years ago. I am here to make sure that you learn everything you need in order to take part in our mission. I'm here to ensure your safety at all times, and of course to make sure that your time here is as enjoyable as possible. We are here, a lovely little place called Krimsk. This is the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea. This is Volgograd, where you changed into your helicopter last night. That is therefore the Volga River. That's Moscow. That's Turkey, so we're not a million miles away from there. Iran, Iraq.
Wow. Stating the obvious, dude. On a map. Okay.
Basically.
The space. He knows. He's just having fun here. He's like.
The Tourism Agency of Russia is owned by Russian oil billionaire Sergei Boshchov, whose schoolboy infatuation with space was reignited by a commercial desire to compete with the likes of Richard Branson and American companies such as Space Adventures to become the first name associated with mass space tourism. As a company, STAR has been 12 years in the making. After securing this site as the base for his project, Mr. Boshchov set about finding and employing some of the world's leading experts in their fields to manage the site, build his craft, and turn his dream into reality. Needless to say, the race for space tourism is almost as competitive as the original space race in the 1960s between Russia and America.
I got to say something about that statement. Isn't that what we're seeing now? The space race is very competitive.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
It's kind of weird because that is kind
I mean,
of what
look at India, guys. I mean, it's so competitive.
Yeah. What's funny is how it's both competitive, but at the same time, the Russians give us the rides to space these days. It confuses the hell out of me.
Yeah, but it's always been that way. It's always been competition, yet they work together when it comes to space and Antarctica.
Yeah.
But we're at war with them, but yeah.
But we're really friends. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That makes so much sense, dude.
Yeah.
As I speak, Branson is testing his craft, Spaceship One, in California's Mojave Desert. And we reckon he's about 2 years behind us. Earth Orbiter 1. It's the result of over 4 years of exhaustive testing and fine-tuning to get it to its present state. It actually flies as Branson's craft does, in the same manner as a conventional aircraft. It takes
Okay, we don't need to watch that.
aboard the world's first mass tourist program. And so do we.
Well, they bought it. And after just over an hour, the cadets leave happily with their arms full of brand new training kits and the illusion still intact.
They fell for it. The next one, I think, is just because I want to get to the one where they start talking about anus. The gravity. This is just PT training.
To get on.
Do we have to go through PT training? I don't think so.
Open up.
Because they're not very fit.
Listen, you had to be. You had to be. You were supposed to be physically fit. Here in the United States, we came up with a thing, the Presidential Physical Fitness Award. You did this in school, and because we were going to be the generation that goes to space, right? And when they had the Apollo missions, they told you what the blood pressure of each of the astronauts was, and you know how much they had for breakfast, and what all their shit. They had to be in top-notch physical condition, right?
Yeah.
So now now it's not. Now you just send any old fat ass guy, 80-year-old Shatner, send him up there with his Depend
That's
diaper.
weird, though. Yeah. How did he?
It was that old lady. She was in her 90s, right? With that went up to space
Wanna
a
go?
few years, right?
But I mean, how is it possible that they can go and experience those G-forces and still survive?
Yeah.
Right. I still want to know why they don't get burned up going out.
And I'd like to know how the hell they survive all that noise. What kind of padding is on that space shuttle that they could survive that noise on the ground?
But the astronauts all contradict themselves. One says it is noisy. One says it's not noisy. One says it's shaky. One says it's not shaky. So who do you believe?
None of them.
Right.
Maybe
Man's
some
best
of
friend
them, they actually
had made many more giant leaps before. Can anyone tell me who the name of the first? You guys have been studying stuff. It's very good. Like
the monkey.
She was our hero. She became the first orbital cosmonaut aboard the Russian spacecraft Sputnik 2 in 1957. In the early days of research, the Soviets used 9 so-called space dogs to perfect all aspects of space travel. These
space dogs. How did these guys fall for this rubbish? I mean, really.
These dogs were involved in a multitude of tests.
Yeah.
One experiment involved the dogs testing spacesuits in depressurized cabins designed to stimulate the zero-gravity environment. Leica was a good dog.
Was a good.
We loved her very much.
Okay, Leica.
She was one of many stray dogs that were snatched off the streets. Through these tests, scientists were able to establish that all of the dogs that they were training, Leica was definitely the number one to go up in the Sputnik 2, and as you can see, flying through space. The Sputnik 2 was designed to jettison its nose cone.
This was why I wanted to show this, guys. Isn't this kind of like what NASA and all the space agencies do? Let's make history up. But I got a presentation, so therefore it happened.
Exactly. You gotta present the numbers too, because the math has to make it all fit, and it needs to make it all work too. Remember?
I mean, there's the presentation. Who says the dog didn't go in Sputnik? There's a photo. Come on, it's black and white.
Yeah.
I know it happened because I saw the pictures.
Exactly.
And it was presented to me by an elderly, trustworthy-looking man wearing a tie, and he had a lot of books and a globe.
I mean, look at the points on here.
British accent.
But look how vague these points are here as well. Scientific instruments.
A globe.
Padded walls. Gelatinized food and water. Short-term air supply. Bag to collect waste. Early video camera transfers images to Earth. Electrodes to measure Leica's vital signs. Not designed to be recovered. Ensuring Luca's certain death.
Is it not bag? That's my question. It says the bag to collect waste, so I'm guessing it knows how to open the bag and poop in it, or what?
Exactly. And then at the bottom it says, not designed to be recovered. Ensuring Leica's certain death. So then why do you need a bag to collect waste again?
Right?
I guess to put her in? I don't know. When it comes back.
She ain't coming back.
This is crazy.
And in jettisoning the nose cone, there was two major catastrophes. The first was that the detonation didn't occur as planned. And while the nose cone successfully separated, the propulsion unit did not engage. And aside from that, a little bit of insulation foam came off, heating, to save from the heating. These twin disasters caused the satellite's thermal control units to malfunction, and temperatures inside the spacecraft rocketed to over 40 degrees centigrade. With light inside.
Look how poor Leica, he's burning alive in space that doesn't exist. Doesn't this also sound familiar to you guys? Well, what are those astronauts that are supposed to be dead again?
Yeah.
It's called playing emotional games, guys. They're giving you an emotional string to. It's a very old manipulative tool. If they make you emotionally attached to something, it's easier to believe it.
Yep.
And that's what they're doing here.
And the only one that were ever played in schools, like, you know, just that one they happened to play in school.
That's right.
So yeah, but the thing that I'm trying to point out is look how closely tied this is to the globe belief today, with everything. They play exactly the same rules, exactly the same.
As the craft's interior temperature rocketed, the mission control screens monitoring Leica's progress went into overdrive before finally flatlining. As the little dog from Moscow finally succumbed to the stress and the heat. Later, on April 14th, 1958, Sputnik 2 crashed out of orbit. And
Calm down, Brenda. Brenda, calm down. Calm down.
This show was like 40,000 degrees or something.
Is she not aware that that was a communist dog?
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Wait. It was a stray communist dog. Remember, they said it was a stray.
A stray communist dog. They're the word.
Oh, man.
Sandra, when's the Scottish going to the moon? We've already been to the moon on the flying haggis, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they flew on freedom.
I should be telling
upon re-entry into the worst atmosphere. Leica was cremated. There's a monument erected in their honor. It's just outside Moscow. Apparently, the Dune song "Million Miles from Home" was dedicated to Leica's memory.
They're making it so corny that people stop for.
Oh god!
Can you make it any more clearer? It's not a real
Yo, his
story.
accent. He started to lose his accent a little bit. If you could hear it, I was like, "Wait a
He's been
minute!"
doing it through the whole thing, bro. Come on.
Yeah, right.
He has a little chuckle. Yeah, it's almost like he has a little chuckle. You know, it's like he's trying hard. But I mean,
I do voices. I know when I'm doing bad, and that guy's doing bad.
But think about the points I made. This is Luca. It was a stray dog. The foam came off at 40,000 degrees, and then the dog came to succumb to the death of the heat. We erected a statue in its honor. It cried. Oh my word. I mean, I would be sitting there thinking, wow, what ridiculous story is this? These guys are like all taking this seriously. Oh, it's so sad.
There she is.
So some.
Take Lot's ultimate checkout is now on.
Thank you.
With 5 days.
Okay, there we go.
Now they're gonna play music. They even go.
So he knows he's the actor. Remember, he's the one actor. So he knows. He's like, oh no.
You're gonna blow it.
I'm sure he's sitting there thinking, are these people really this dumb? Do they really buy this? Okay. I'm scared of the music. No, check his face, check. Okay.
Did you listen to words? It's about life.
Oh no.
Unlike the earlier Sputnik craft, Sputnik 5 was designed to withstand re-entry to the Earth's atmosphere and was equipped.
Oh no.
She's having a fucking emotional
We have a runner.
Okay.
She's a
They're still getting on a third one. Okay, let's get to the next one.
She's dropping out because she's scared.
She's bleeding.
It was just too sad. They couldn't take it anymore. Oh man.
Who would be
She's
selected?
probably thinking, I don't want to go up there and then end up being a victim.
As its very first televised space tourist. Have a look at this.
Is there only one British person in space?
Well, there's been three, but two of them were dual nationality. They were born in Britain, but they got visas in America. NASA sent them up, but they're American citizens. But Helen Chamberlain is the only Brit.
I want them to start teaching them
With
about
Kalashnikovs,
gravity.
just in case, yeah? Thanks, appreciate that.
Tom is teaching the cadets about communication between the shuttle and the land-based mission control.
What do you guys know, or think you know, about mission control? Yes.
I think mission control is where it sort of all goes back to. You relate back to mission control when you're in space to tell them how you're getting on and how things are.
Not bad, not bad. What do you agree?
Oh my word. Was that his answer? I think mission control is mission control, so we can tell what's going on. I got a word for that. Communication. It's a way to communicate. There we go.
Three?
Yeah, the mission control monitor the progress and hand out directives or directions.
Yeah, those are all not bad ways of putting it. It's a little bit more than that.
Time for our first bit of fun. How the cadets should refer to the different roles at mission control.
So the flight director is usually simply referred to as flight. The spacecraft communicator is generally referred to as Capcom. It used to be called the capsule communicator, hence Capcom. No one's ever changed it. Old habits die hard. Okay? So the flight dynamics officer is called...
They realize they make fun of everything.
Because Capcom, isn't that supposed to be a video game company?
Yeah, it's Capcom. They're making fun of everything. Literally everything.
FIDO. FDO, FIDO for short. The logistics dynamics officer is LIDO.
Oh.
The data dynamics officer is Dido.
Dido.
Navigation aeronautics control and specialist is Knackers. And medical utilities maintenance interface is Mummy.
Mummy. Like a mummy?
But how far can they pull
Help
this?
me, mummy.
How far can they pull? I'm actually in tears. How far can they pull this before someone realizes this is absolute nonsense?
This is crazy, man. And they're going with it too. They're just like, yeah, this is real shit. And that actually makes it more real to them to have all these ludicrous little acronyms and shit.
Oh man, this is like a.
You know what? He's right. That's exactly what it is.
Oh wow, mummy.
How is NACAS spelled?
NACAS. Navigation aeronautics control and specialist.
All of the lecturers are just so clever and just have really got loads of knowledge, and I wish I was as bright as that.
Like
Fair?
Now,
Tom is about.
Dude, she sounds just like Rachie.
Oh, oh man, yeah, it's.
I said that earlier. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Today we've got a load of knackers.
Send them to the knackers
You
yard.
knickers and
Oh, my jaws hurt.
I'm waiting for one of them to call them knickers and slip after.
One thing we have to do a big up to the people that actually wrote the scripts for these people, because they really had a. I'm trying to think of the right word.
In meaning, yeah, they were throwing some jabs in there.
They knew they were making fun of these people. I think they wanted to see themselves how far they can take this before someone figures it out.
Lido.
To put the cadets' communication skills to the test. He'll show them a series of pictures. They must use the correct introductory line to mission control and then describe exactly what they see. Will any of the cadets question the increasingly absurd pictures?
Just do your best to describe exactly what you can see.
In Focus 1 to Capcom Krimsk, I can see an astronaut who appears to be vomiting. He's kneeling on the floor.
Okay, vomiting was fine.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of an okay, just decide what it is you're seeing and just describe it as simply as you can.
Earth Orbiter 1 to Capcom Krimsk, I can see a cosmonaut sleeping.
Perfect.
Earth Orbiter 1 to Capcom Krimsk, I can see an astronaut under the shower, and there appears to be a problem with the shower. There's only a small drip coming out of the...
Exactly, yes. Yeah, a problem is a vague generalisation. There's only one drip coming out tells us exactly what's happening.
The lecturer who is teaching us was a nice man, to be fair. A little bit, eh? Just a little bit. Earth Orbiter 1, good afternoon. To Capcom Krimsk.
Earth Orbiter 1 to Capcom Krimsk will do.
Now, I know the difference between doing something right and doing it right job's worth.
Well, assume this is the mid part of the conversation.
All right, to Capcom Krimsk, it appears to be a puddle that I can see.
Yes, okay.
Why do they keep on giving puddles of water, you might ask? I mean, you guys are in space, so why do you need to worry about water that much?
They're idiots.
Look at this.
Krimsk.
Don't do crisps in space.
I said Krimsk.
Earth Orbiter 1 to Capcom Krimsk. I can see two cosmonauts having a punch-up.
Fine.
A punch-up.
Okay, now, if there should be any
Like,
kind of delay, for example, because the satellite signal is being relayed, or because there's any kind of communications problem, then it may be required for you to take a slightly longer pause. So in this case, if there's any kind of delay receiving the answer, assume there's a similar delay, just take a pause of about 3 seconds, count to 3 in your head, and then continue as normal. And it can be useful to use that 3 seconds just to assess what it is that you're seeing. So I'm going to do the same exercise again. I've got some more cards here. These are on the more surprising end. Okay?
What?
Earth Orbiter 1 to Capcom Krimsk, I can see a monkey.
Anything else?
With a hat on.
What kind of hat?
A Russian hat.
I think it's meant to be a fez. Okay, but yeah, try it. You don't know what details are significant and what details are not, so say everything that you can see. And
Oh man, I think we get the point what they're doing. Yeah. Okay, let's get that.
They're taking a piss on a group of individuals that probably shouldn't be taking advantage.
I mean, don't these people after the show, when they finally realize like these guys are calling me really stupid, don't you think it was like kind of that they are able to maybe like take them, I don't know, to court or something for, like these guys are like trying to make us look dumb.
No, because they made him sign some kind of legal agreement that they could do whatever they wanted.
Probably. Okay. So just them talking. Oh, this is like insane. I haven't watched this in such a long time.
Someone's hammering mouse like there's no tomorrow.
I hear that.
You hear it?
This is the one with gravity, I think.
You gotta have that.
So this is kind of a rough drawing. Unfortunately, I can barely make out the outline here of the.
Must say, for Russia, they got a lot of non-Russian lectures. Really weird.
What you're calling Earth Orbiter 1, I know it more as Buran because that's what it sprang from. But we're calling it the artificial gravity generator.
Ooh, yeah.
You may occasionally hear me reference anti-gravity generator because of my background. It's been so many years that I've been dealing with anti-gravity. Seems kind of odd suddenly to be trying to recreate it. As it states here, gravity is more than just a good idea, it's the law. The fact is that gravity is like just about anything else. Once you understand it, you can actually control it. So it can be overcome and it can be recreated.
I think you could tell.
You heard that?
Yeah, and man, he says it's the law, and they're just nodding their heads up and down, and I'm like, yeah, right. I'm like, the law, it's a theory, bro. It's a theory, y'all. Come on now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they understand it, and it can be overcome.
Right.
Okay. That's so cool.
This group, anything about space, and they would believe you. I do honestly think you could. I would probably believe you.
Is the AGGs compensate for a 30% reduction in gravity. One of them is in each of the 3 living compartments, and they overlap to compensate for weakened forces at the outskirts of the individual fields. In this case, what we're doing is we're taking that through a shaft into a generator that will create a flux field, which is a magnetic field which will counteract the effects of lack or minimize gravity.
We've just had our first lecture about our mission, and everybody's absolutely buzzing. I think it's just sinking in exactly what's going to be happening, and we've had like the rundown of what's going to happen on the day when we take off, what's going to happen when we land, how quick the engine's going to be going, how the gravity works inside the ship, little bits about what we're going to be doing when we're up there. It's so exciting. It's just absolutely phenomenal. It's amazing.
And as you've heard before, you're going to be experiencing maybe 70% or so of normal gravity. And the AGG is simply here not to give you full gravity, but more to augment what you do have. So it's more of a comfort level thing than anything.
Today, I guess we had our first major theoretical lie in the lectures. The whole gravity talk. Everyone just sat like this. Yep. So that's how they counteract weightlessness.
They're telling you straight up that gravity's a lie on this show. It's
exactly.
Phenomenal.
That's so good.
With the anti-gravity generators, 3 of them. Everyone bought the gravity thing so wholesale. I swear you could have said that the anti-gravity generators were run by miniaturized hamsters on manual wheels. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the guy
He's
knows.
selling this to businesses saying we made a retard test that worked.
Oh man. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's Knox.
Bring it on. Whatever you've got, we'll believe.
You got that, kids? There will be 3 artificial gravity generators, 1 in each compartment of the shuttle. Now, Charlie suggested that the artificial gravity generators would be powered by hamsters. Of course, this is nonsense. Everyone knows for artificial gravity generators, it's gerbils. Hamsters is water purifiers. Basic stuff. So having swallowed the gravity light, it was back to the barracks, where at least one member of the team was, I'm sad to tell you, struggling with his homework. Following the lectures, some cadets have chosen to spend their spare time revising.
Name the partners that are involved in the International Space Station. Russia, USA, China.
Canada.
No Japan.
Canada.
Who's winning?
I'm not a bookworm. And I've just discovered today that I can't. I'm doing it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to try and learn as best I can. But I'm going to have fun. I'm going to relax. I know I'm never going to be a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon, but I want to be an astronaut. So,
Want to be an astronaut. Okay. I don't think he's got what it takes.
You want to be.
He wants to be a dinosaur next.
I want to be a brain surgeon or a surgeon.
Yeah, right.
I think as far as he's going to get is a space cadet. That's it.
They're getting awards, blah, blah. Okay, they're talking about gravity again.
It's fun. It's kind of draining, so bear with me if I'm a little slow tonight. I probably am going to have to pass on tonight's party, which is kind of a shame. I mean, I wish I could be there.
Tonight's party?
Oh!
Yeah, that was supposed to be a secret, Brick.
Was that a surprise party?
I think so.
Has anyone mentioned?
Look, what surprised anyone?
Language. No, interesting. Okay, good. I nearly forgot to tell you about that. Anything that's important to the mission overall is done in English. And that's true even on the suits that you're going to be wearing when you do your EVA walk.
Are we actually going to be doing a spacewalk?
Did they blow something else?
I've not been told about that.
Good God, I didn't get the memo.
Good, that's 2 secrets out of the window, Brick. Why don't you just tell them we're in England?
Now, the most famous example of creating artificial gravity, perhaps, is 2001: Space Odyssey. Pretty amazing what they did.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't that give it away?
Yeah.
It should.
2001 Space Odyssey is how they recreate gravity.
Stanley Kubrick.
Okay.
You could tell these guys out by now. They're totally up lying and they're done. They'll fall for anything.
I know.
That's insane.
Gullible fucking people.
Yep.
Fully
Gullible
gullible.
in the word.
Fully gullible.
Yeah, but it looked cool on film, and in this case, in the movie, they did it by building a giant wheel on a stage somewhere in Hollywood.
It wasn't in Hollywood. It was in the UK. It was at Boreham Wood.
Was it?
Right, you are. That's right. Most of the film was filmed.
Most of the film was filmed in the UK.
Yeah, when you say here, yeah, you mean right.
Yeah.
This guy's falling off script or what?
Slipped off.
He's doing this on purpose. He's like, they're trying to see how far they can push them until they figure out, listen here, guys, you're being fooled.
Well, the idea is the ones who fall for it get the money. So they don't want any of them to fall for it, really, do they? They're not going to be giving money away.
They're trying to push it to see how far dumb these people are. But yeah, exactly. If the person figures it out, then they fall out. You understand? Then they just discontinue. They're trying to get it to 5 people, I think, for the end. So it's yeah.
Russia.
And they don't kick.
Thank the Lord for mumbling. Not one of the cadets noticed. We got away with it. This time.
Well, we always say Hollywood's kind of generic.
Yeah, try and stop that car, yeah? Brilliant. Brick, deviation price. Fantastic set designer, but if you have a cat that needs to be kept in a bag, Brick, is not your man. Okay, back again to the lecture hall where it was time for the cadets to meet their pilots for the very first time again. Thanks, Brick. Or as they say in America, good job.
The launch date for Earth Orbiter 1 is drawing
Does
nearer
this
and
guy look
nearer.
familiar to you? That's the guy at the gate.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy that came on the airplane to let them off and talk to him at the gate.
They're reusing actors here.
Your training wouldn't be complete without meeting the most important components of any spacecraft.
He's my brother.
Your pilots. These are the guys who are going to be flying with you, or with some of you, very soon. Cosmonaut Yevgeny Ivanovich and cosmonaut Drew Dawson. Yevgeny here is going to be your flight commander. After a distinguished career in the Russian Air Force, Yevgeny was chosen to join the Gagarin
And you
cosmonaut
tell me none of them can see us the same people. I don't know.
Training Center at Star City. He then went on to complete 4 successful missions for the Russian space program, twice visiting the International Space Station. Yevgeny joined Star in 2004. He's been instrumental in testing and developing Earth Orbiter 1 and has flown numerous test missions. Drew, you started Seattle, yeah?
Yeah, from Seattle.
Okay. His history. After flying jets for the US Navy, Drew was selected by NASA for astronaut training. He went on to complete 3 missions and has also stayed on the International Space Station before joining us here at STAR. These guys are the best of the best. You will be in very, very safe hands. Now,
Why are they smiling so big? It's like, what?
It's Will Duffy.
Distinguished company.
Yeah, Will Duffy.
Did he just pull out Duffy?
He pulled a Duffy.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't get about Duffy. Even when he's like in the you know, you can see he's contradicting himself and things, and people are going like, he's still smiling. He's that car salesman smile. It's like, no, your car's fine. You know, it's not a rebuild. It's not stolen. It's perfect. I didn't send back the clocks.
Smiling Bob from the Enzite.
It reminds me of Woody from Toy Story. A little bit.
Bob needs help.
As a sneaky model.
I decided.
Yep.
It was a good excuse for a party.
Really?
You've been working really hard, and tonight, and I mean this, work is banned.
They're trying to keep drunk
Yes,
so
thank
they
you.
can get honest. That's what it is, you know. So they'll be honest with
Did
each
you
other.
say work is banned?
Yeah. It's classic.
Because when people are drunk, they say things.
Yeah, truth serums, you know. So.
Okay, as a new teacher.
Expert in space hygiene. She gets straight down to tackling the question everyone wants answered. How do you go to the toilet in space?
The shuttle bathroom. Now, I'll show you how to use this in a minute. And you may think it seems a bit primitive and a bit small, but you got to remember, in the early days of space exploration, they didn't really have much at all. In fact, the first mission, when Alan Shepard went up with Mercury, they actually hadn't...
We had to poop in a container of Tang back in those days. We'd drink the Tang and then we saved the jar to poop in that. And you guys are lucky to have that vacuum toilet. I'll tell you what.
They should have just given them diapers and said,
now
figure it out.
They can fit your pants, no doubt, right?
Here's your diaper, your adult diaper. Just figure it out. Remember, water is scarce, so use it wisely.
planned on him being up there for more than 2 hours, so they'd made no provisions at all. So they'd strapped him in, he's in his suit, and he's strapped in on his back, and then the weather closed up, and they couldn't send him up. And so he's lying on his back, and they're waiting for the weather, and they're waiting for the weather, and it was about 4 or 5 hours, And he radios in going, Houston, I've got a problem. I really need to pee. And Houston said, you know, we're sorry, we've got this multi-million-dollar project here. We can't unstrap you. As soon as the weather clears, you're up. This is the only window. So he's waiting, and suddenly all of his biomonitors went dead. So Houston goes, oh my God, what's wrong? You know, and they're rating him, Alan, are you okay? Are you okay? And he said, I had to go. And because he was on his back, when he peed in his suit, all the urine had gone on his back and shorted out all of the bio-equipment. So they didn't have any way to read him at all. And then the weather cleared and they sent him up, so he actually circled the Earth a couple of...
pee. Okay. Thank you.
He was doing
That's dedication, guys. That's dedication.
Yeah, right. Just like that Italian guy. I think that water that got in his helmet in 2014 and the rest of his space must have shorted out all that nonsense.
Yeah, well, now
show you where your snorkel.
Now it's mandatory to have a snorkel if you go to space. So.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. That's right. He needs a snorkel to go spacewalking.
Yeah. It's insane.
My helmet's filling up with piss, Houston. What should I do?
Hey, that's what we put a snorkel in your space helmet for, fucking Einstein.
Remember that snorkel?
Right? Use your snorkel. Try to look through the piss.
Yeah, right.
That's what that astronaut was
Out of your eyes,
doing.
you'll be fine, son.
Yeah, then he enters his space. He enters the ISS or whatever it is, and they're like, "Man, you smell like asparagus, bro, or Burger King or some shit like that."
Showing out golden showers in space. Oh man.
What happens when somebody cuts a really bad one?
NASA is considering urination as a form of propulsion. Just whip it out and start peeing all over you.
It would be,
right?
Oh, wait, listen.
It's force.
Got to strap yourself down on the toilet too. Get some Taco Bell in you, baby. That's it. You're going into the ceiling. You better hang on for dear life.
Of times in a spacesuit full of his own piss. So, be glad, people. It could be much worse. After that, of course, they realized the need to do something. They developed these for men. Anyone want to try it on?
It's a wiener code.
It's got a wiener sock in it, man.
Don't you see it's open in the back as well?
It could be a lot of fun when you get bored.
All I can say is, welcome to the YMCA.
That's it right there. This is all you'll be required
I gave
to
it
wear.
a Y.
What happens if you don't identify as a man? Oh no!
There we go.
Oh, you might have some trouble. There's urine in the cabin.
It's an authentic, genuine reproduction of the original kind of urination devices, William. There you go.
There we go.
Basically works like a dance belt or something.
Yeah, I've had one of these before.
Got this internet.
I won't ask what kind of clubs you frequent.
Sorry?
Got this in an extra large.
This one might be too small for me.
Need a bigger wiener sock on mine.
All right.
Just pin it to the front end. You'll be fine.
Legs go through that bit today?
Legs go through there, yeah. Just through.
The front bit.
So, yeah, so your legs go through there and there, and that goes around the back
It's
side.
just like a jock strap.
Yeah, basically. There you go. On the back there. And your tackle goes in there, and that goes under your suit. There you go. Ready for space.
Yes, yeah. That's what I do.
Excellent. So this represents...
What kind of look is that?
That's like your hairline.
Look at that.
What is
Now everyone must whip it out and test the sock.
no.
Make sure it fits properly.
She drooling?
Let's just see. I wonder what's going through her mind. Okay.
She's taking this part way too seriously.
Enormously from what we were originally having to deal with. This is what the actual onboard toilet looks like. Yeah, this is a mock-up just to give you an idea of the dimensions so you can get used to using it. Basically, you're going to be washing, defecating, urinating, and getting your drinking water in one little area because that's where all the pipes come through.
If the toilet gets blocked, we can't send a plumber in. It's space. So our cadets will be limited on the amount of toilet paper they can use. 3 sheets for a number 1, 6 for a number 2. The toilet.
6
Wow.
sheets for a number 2. Okay.
I'd be saving up the ones.
I was gonna say, what if you got hemorrhoids?
Oh wow. Like,
Suck
what
it up,
happens
buddy.
What
Yeah,
happens
right.
if they have a bit of diarrhea?
Yeah, right.
9 pieces of paper. What's up?
Well, here's what I've always wondered. Okay, you know, it's always in those little squares. It's perforated. Has anybody ever needed one square?
Oh,
no.
No.
Dude, if I used one square, my hand would be saturated.
Yeah,
You have to fold it 50 times. It'd be all over your fingers, man.
There's an old army joke that way.
So I wonder
Now,
why.
some of those blue shop towels, you might get away with that. But
I'm just wondering why it's in little squares like that. It's not like it's hard to rip, you know?
Yeah, it's toilet paper.
Right.
Dang.
Tissue.
Ugh.
I don't get it, man.
They used to teach this to the guys in the army when you go to the bush. You only need one block. What you do is you fold it over. Like that. You break off a piece like that.
Oh, I know how to do that.
You stick your finger through.
Snap.
You smear and then you use it to clean it off.
There it is.
Yeah, but the corner bit you
Wow.
took off. You forgot the last bit flat.
Want to clean the nail.
Yeah, you clean the nail with the corner bit. With the corner bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I was out hunting one time, and this guy was with me. He was a Glober. And he says, man, he says, I got a shit. And I says, we'll go on over here in the bush and shit. And he goes, what am I supposed to use to wipe with? And it was fall, so there wasn't anything to speak of for leaves on the tree. I said, man, just use $1. I mean, it's not worth anything.
take off your
really.
shoes and use the sock. Throw the other one.
Dude, he came back. He had shit all over his hands. I said, I thought I told you to use $1.
Oh, my
He
God.
said, I did. 3/4, 2 dimes, and a nickel.
I knew that was going to be a joke.
Yeah, right.
You guys remember FDFE with his
I actually fell for that.
all the way up his knuckles, all the way up into his nose?
Oh, yeah, that was
That's what he learned there, too. He just took a shit and he was smearing it around so he could smell it, you know? Oh, yeah.
Well, if you write your name, then everybody knows who to blame.
Oh, yeah.
It also comes fitted with a seatbelt. Turbulence can be a big problem in space.
When you're on the
Turbulence in space, okay.
toilet,
Wait a minute.
make
Oh,
sure
we're
you
waiting.
strap yourself in. Yeah? We never know when there's going to be some kind of a problem, and the last thing we want is you suddenly getting jolted off the toilet when you're in the middle. Yeah? So there's two foot straps on the floor, and there's a waist strap, works just like an airplane seat belt, goes around your waist, yeah?
Okay.
You do your job. No more than 3 or 6 sheets, yeah? If you've been very antisocial when you're in there, if you've stunk the place up, try to leave the blind down and kind of hang out in there as long as you can, just for everyone's comfort, yeah? So, who wants to have a go?
Keep breathing your own air.
We've got to take you through it all just to make sure, yeah? Chick, yeah.
That's already up. Oh.
What is with this?
What is this girl's face?
Oh,
She's
she's got some weird fantasies or something going on there, man.
Yeah, donkey punched a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, you've just completely destroyed the mission. You blocked up the toilets. We're going to have to go home.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Flush.
Yep.
If it's pebbles, then I can put my hand in forever.
You have not washed your hands.
Oh.
You filthy, filthy creature.
Wash after flush.
Wash after you flush.
No.
Wash after flush.
Any ideas what happens if someone needs to excrete some odors?
We suck it up with a wig.
Yeah.
Seal off their spacesuits. So
Chuck them in the toilet.
Eject them, yes. Forcibly put them in the toilet. Yeah, absolutely, because it will permeate the entire craft very quickly. So if there's any kind of serious issues, you know.
Yeah, think about it. In space, when they're like in the ISS or something, supposedly. What happens when they fart?
Oh
They're
yeah,
not
that'd
allowed
be
to. They have butt plug.
Pressure increases on ISS.
It suddenly makes gravity happen again.
The CO2 gets too high.
Actually, what happens is that the fart coalesces together and then collapses in on itself because of its gravity, and it turns into what's called a brown hole.
Yeah, right.
And that's how they have driftwood.
Yeah.
I bet your grandkids believe all kinds of stupid stuff, don't they?
You get dark matter.
Imagine that you're in space and you got driftwood floating around.
Don't tell anyone, but there's a black hole down below the ship, and it sucks everything up.
It's like I only had 3 sheets.
It's a space peanut.
Floaters in space.
You'll have to have a word. Are there any smells that people just cannot stand?
Andrew.
What's that?
Andrew, yeah.
Well, I can't stand you neither.
Okay, so you can't stand each other. Anything else?
When I was younger, you reminded me of a story.
Everyone's got-
I went to a place in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
School, and it was played. The name was COSI, and it was like a sciencey kind of place, whatever. And I remember coming home. My parents gave me some money, whatever, to buy something, and I brought home some. It was dehydrated sandwich, like a ice cream sandwich. And they were like, "This is what the astronauts eat." And my dad was so impressed. He's like, "Let me have a bite of that." And I remember eating that. And, bullshit that you put, like, you think of these things later on, you're like, this is the dumbest shit ever. And this is what the astronaut, and they sell the shit to you. They literally sell it. Like, that's what they're getting the kids on. Just fantasies.
Yeah, well, remember, like I said, a salesman can sell us ice to an Eskimo. That's exactly what they do.
Yeah, no kidding. Unbelievable.
Wow. If I were in your shoes and I saw those standing over there, I wouldn't be able to resist the temptation to go over and take a look at them. So feel free to walk up to them and take a look. Wait a minute. What did I tell you about touching stuff?
Say they're not sexy at all.
Okay, in this case, you can touch them to your heart's content. Basically, these are the 2 suits that we're going to be talking about in this morning's lecture. All right, so go ahead and have a seat. You'll have plenty of opportunity to play with that.
Stop with the pressure now.
Brick starts by showing the cadets an important component of their spacesuit, the maximum absorption garment, or adult nappy. Just like real cosmonauts, our cadets will have to wear one of these on launch when they're strapped into the cockpit.
You'll see that we pour virtually the whole cannon here with any luck at all. And we can keep going and going. Pretty amazing.
Good technology.
I think he used that color on purpose.
I know.
Yep. Some Guinness.
So Guinness.
So far unimpressed, Billy volunteers to try on an EVA suit. But first, he must adorn an all-in-one lycra body stocking. Believe it or not, real cosmonauts wear a similar thermal garment under their spacesuits. But we got ours from a fetish website.
So now you know where the super...
He's about to do that green
Oh,
screen.
but wait, is that a concession?
Oh, wow.
They wear similar suits, but we got it from a fetish website.
That's fucked up, man.
It was
Now, here's
cheaper over there.
an official cosmonaut ball gag that we usually use too. Let's try that.
Oh, man, this is... Wow.
Where the superhero outfits came from. This is really scary, I gotta tell you. I couldn't... You're a brave man.
I was gonna say,
Star's
I bet
admin
he's
assistant,
sweating
Nikolai,
from being
actually one of our
embarrassed
extras,
of that.
helps Billy to...
Oh, I thought you guys were saying something.
Yeah, I think I said I bet he's sweating under that thing, just being embarrassed.
Uh-huh. What's up with the balloon
Squeeze
sitting on that
into the
girl's
suit.
head?
I was thinking the same thing, like the red one, yeah. I was thinking,
is that going up his ass next or what?
I don't know, because it's even got like weird perforation masks.
Yeah, I don't know,
I
man.
was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I have no idea what that's for.
At 6'1", he's a good 6 inches taller than the average cosmonaut.
First, we do your legs.
Okay.
So try to work like your trousers. Yeah?
Shoulders are too wide.
Reckon.
Did you?
Yeah, you got to get it.
Now, wouldn't that be a chick magnet if you're out at night?
That'd be the best fancy dress costume in the world, though, wouldn't it?
Okay, let's walk around. Don't walk too much around the floor, but do a little moonwalk and you do a little thing. Custom made for you.
I think they paid these actors quite a bit of money to do this. I mean, they had to sit through all this garbage as well.
Hey, it feels good, Dave.
Doesn't it make you feel manly?
Oh, it looks really exciting.
Good job.
I can't stop smiling. It was just amazing. Can you imagine being in space, floating around with a wicked spacesuit on, man? Them things cost bucks, I'm telling you. They must cost bucks to make.
The girls are next to try.
Oh my God, I'm getting new out. That was quite amusing. I felt like very rude wearing this white suit, really tight fitting, and I was obviously a bit self-conscious of my womanly bits.
Every day we push the boundaries just a little further to see what we can get away with. But this might be a step too far.
Do you know why you're doing this?
No.
Okay, you're stretching. You're stretching your muscles, you're stretching your body, getting more limber. So that when it'll make it easier. You saw how difficult it was for Billy to get into the suit?
These exercises are completely made up. Still, loving them.
I said she
This
got
is
some.
the only part that's made up.
I said she got some pig old bitties, don't she?
Oh, let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Body stockings.
Bring your knees.
He's like thinking, what the hell's up with this?
Where's the drooling girl?
Not that much. Okay, bring your and start roll. I want your back. Hold on, stop. Your back to be so round, so you're not gonna experience that doom doom. Yeah, it's nice to be if you stop breathing.
I thought they looked quite rude and maybe a little bit sexual in a strange sort of way.
What is going on?
I'm sure that they're just like making them up just so they can laugh at us at a later date.
No, she figured it out.
Ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mm-hmm.
We should have called each other before going
I'm waking up.
Can't believe you're wearing this.
I said I was going to wear the white.
Specifically that I love this.
As the real EVA suits are way too expensive for the cadets to muck about with, we provided them with our own version of a pressurized suit. Courtesy of the art department, it's a chemical cleaning suit attached to a leaf blower. Brick tests them on spacewalk hand signals. Signal number 1, all okay.
Yeah, you there. That's fine. Keep moving. All right. Okay.
It's okay, isn't it?
Signal number 2, my air pipe is blocked.
Oh no! Oh no! Did you see that?
God.
Wow.
Oh my
Oh
lord.
no!
My air pipe is blocked.
Come on now.
Help me, I'm not breathing.
And this is when you have Brenda sitting there.
Oh.
Oh no, come on. No.
Excellent. Okay.
And number 3, I have a problem.
Gotcha. Okay. And last, I have a problem.
It was funny to see everyone else all blown.
Oh man. Wow. I haven't laughed this much in a long time. I mean, I've watched this before, but I haven't watched it so long. Now it's like
It's been a while. I've seen
fresh
this
memory.
years ago.
Oh, it's crazy. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I am.
It's funny.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on being here until I peeked in on your show and heard Sovereign with his concert, and then heard about this, and I was like, I got to join.
Yeah, because you said we're actually busy. That's why I didn't send you the email. But I'm glad you asked.
That's all right. No worries, no worries. You ought to just send it anyways. You never know. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You don't piss me off. I send it. Doesn't matter.
Let's go. I think this is more just PT stuff. When I get to where the funny stuff is. Oh man. More school.
Is that the same symbol as?
Isn't this the same guy that spoke about Laika the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Can we do a comparison of the space agency from Trump and their symbol there? Yeah, I have to take a look at that. Yeah, what's the name? What's the name of that? Anybody?
Star.
What's that?
This is the star.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the one that Trump said.
Space
What's
Force?
the name of that?
Space Force.
Space Force, yeah.
Yeah, farce. That's it. All right, I'll take a look at it.
Space farce.
Oh,
Yeah.
Space Force.
During real space missions, cosmonauts are paid by companies to carry out experiments designed to help with technological advancements and test their products in an anti-gravity environment. Our cadets will also be expected to carry out on-board experiments. However, these will be designed by us just to keep their hands and minds occupied. Actor Michael Klesick, who conducted the earlier Animal Pioneers lecture, is back.
Today, just out of curiosity, how many today paid respect to Minsky?
Today, actually. Well, not today.
That was honest as well. Good. It's not something, we take lightly, so it's nice that you take very serious, and it's good. I'll start right away. We don't have much time. You guys are running late. Earlier this year, STAR went around to many different colleges, universities around the world. Many students submitted experiments. For example, one had the question of, does a cat land on its feet if you drop it in zero gravity? Does it mean anything? Who knows? Unfortunately, we can't conduct all these experiments in one single mission. So what we have done is we have chosen a few for you to carry out. Safety is paramount. The following rules must be adhered to at all times. Do not touch anything at all that does not relate to your experiment or investigation.
Makes sense.
Do not press buttons, flick switches, press knobs. This is not good.
This is not good. Okay.
You open door, fall out.
You open door, fall out.
Wow.
Oh no, really? Okay.
Your parents upset. Do not run in the laboratory, especially when carrying scissors or any other sharp objects. Or even
It's making it sound like these guys are little children.
a pen. To help you acclimatize to laboratory condition, we devise the following system which must be adhered to at all times when working in the lab or conducting experiments. First thing, prepare. Prepare for each project and experiment carefully. Second thing, read. Read the instructions or experiment notes very, very carefully. Please try to get into the habit of reading the instructions not only once, but twice, maybe 3 times, before commencing any experiment to ensure complete familiarity with every step. Ask. Ask for advice. Ask for assistance. We don't expect you, when you're up there, to know everything. There's a funny story. The American astronaut Alp Stewart was asked to conduct an experiment to upgrade the water filtration system aboard the Skylab. Nearing the end of the upgrade, he had to read these instructions, and it stated, carefully pee inside the unit's main water storage tank, recording any changes.
Pee in the what? Pee in the
cabin storage unit, I think is what he said.
Yeah.
Recording any changes. Right.
In the water level. carefully pee inside. Unfortunately, it was a typo. And it actually meant carefully peer, to look and note anything. So this did not make him very popular with the other astronauts.
It did.
Wow, golden shower from hell or from space.
You got to be shitting me. And he just casually, yeah, and he wasn't very popular with the other astronauts.
Guys, before I do it, do you actually want me to pee on this? So you want how?
Did
Can
I
have
read this right?
Can I have asparagus before I do this? Or not?
I'd much rather peel it or peer into it.
Pee. Okay. Yuri, what are you doing? I'm peeing in the water.
Yuri's
urinating.
I was like, hey, oh my God, I got stung by a jellyfish. Pee on it, quick. Go, where's the little bastard? I'll get him.
Yeah, I got him, y'all. I had 2 pots of coffee before I come in here. I got him.
I got to give it up to the guys that wrote the script, though. These guys they've got a sense of humor.
Finally, test. Only when you have prepared for what you're going to do, read the instructions and ask colleagues or mission control any questions you might have, should you begin each test. So, guidelines. Think. Prepare, read, ask, test. Prat. Very serious. Prat.
You call him the prat.
Exactly. Prat. Oh man. Oh, these guys should get a raise. These guys are already
That's a good picture.
We've been writing poems.
Sorry?
See me after class. This is not acceptable.
This is not acceptable.
The lecturer saw a picture in my book and came up and ripped it out and said, "See me after the class." And even though I was very well aware that he was just an actor, and he wasn't even Russian, someone had told me that, and even though I knew the whole thing was just this immense charade, I was really nervous and filled with that anxiety that I haven't had for God knows how many years.
Oh, I'm going to go back there.
Just see me after class.
Okay.
You don't need to be wasting time. I was just the naughty boy at the back of the class again. And
This guy reminds me of us flat earthers. Moose and squirrel. Who's moose and squirrel?
No, don't trust it. Don't trust it.
But I didn't give a link out to anybody.
No, you didn't. So that someone's
No.
up.
Huh?
It's Roger.
It's Roger.
Yeah, Roger.
Are we sure? Get your finger on.
I was like trying to figure out, huh?
Do you know who Moose and Squirrel is?
Yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah. Rocky and Bullwinkle, yeah.
Boris, Natasha, Moose and
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah, right.
Fearless leader. We're in Russia now, boy.
It is moose and squirrel.
Squirrel, yes.
You guys want to go forward on to where they actually think they're going to become active, they actually get on? Hell yeah, man, do it. I think it's about this way.
Man, this is longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought you'd be done by now.
There's a lot of shows, dude.
Welcome to the special effects world of Brick Price, where imagination and technology come together to create amazing things.
I just forwarded by accident. That's called foreshortening, Globies. That's what they do called forced perspective when they do make movies. They do things like this. Yeah.
Brick Price, one of Hollywood's top special effects directors, has been given the job of building a space shuttle interior capable of convincing our space cadets they're blasting into space. He has a set that has been used in the film Space Cowboys and Apollo 13. But how's he going to make it move around and feel like a real shuttle? Together with his team of engineers and hydraulics experts, causing the entire 42-foot shuttle to move around. By adjusting...
No, but you can't fake space, guys.
No.
Nah.
Can't be done. Cannot be done.
You can't fake it. You can't fool the astronauts that they're really going to space either.
No.
How would you do that? It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's the big one. It's launch night, and the countdown clock is ticking.
It's the big one?
Not Paul, Kerry, and our plant Charlie, an actor, got the nod from Mission Commander, and they were told they'd become Britain's first ever televised space tourist. Now, were it true, this would naturally arouse the interest of the press, and as it was crucial to convince our cosmonauts that everything appears true, a press conference was called. Again, imagine it's you in there, and ask yourself the question, why wouldn't you believe it? We can join that press conference now, but we'll need to wear...
Because I don't believe in the globe. Hey!
That's my go.
Right.
...into Russia to meet you, wearing face masks to protect you from illness. We know there are...
Doesn't that sound familiar?
Like little green balls bouncing around, they kill you.
Look at that. Part of your initiation. There you go.
Those are actual dust masks. That's what those are. Those aren't medical masks at all.
Yeah, just normal dust masks.
No.
...members of the production team, and that there are no films in the cameras. But if you were a space cadet, why wouldn't you believe the illusion was real?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the press. My name's James Campbell. I'm the mission commander here at STAR. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to Britain's first space tourists. Charlie Skelton, Paul French, Kerry Hassett, and Billy Jackson. Also, I'd like to introduce you to our pilots, Mr. Yevgeny Ivanovich, and we're ready to go.
Sabine Weiss, die Leute. How did you feel when you were told you were going to space?
I think we was all pretty shocked. I mean, for myself, I mean, we sort of had it in our minds it was going
to... Okay, I've got to ask
yeah, sorry.
I got it. Yeah?
I got a question. Doesn't that look like a school cafeteria they're in right now? I've been in a lot of them, man. That looks like one to me. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. You're mopping them floors. All right.
But don't these guys look very excited about this? And then when you look at Neil Armstrong and them, when they went to the moon.
Yep.
What does that tell you?
They look like they're happy and genuinely happy for it too. They look they look like they're gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, they look very happy. But with
Buzz, get me another drink, man. Let's go.
Well, because we didn't go, and and that's the way it happened.
Yeah, right.
Now, he was drunk when he said that.
This is my favourite bit.
Yep.
Before we reach our final destination, I've got a very special surprise for you. You are about to be the first ever non-STAR employees to see Earth Orbiter 1 in the flesh. We can't stop very long because they're busy, but I've arranged for the doors to be left slightly open so that you can have a quick look inside.
Oh man, this is crazy.
Okay, if you'd like to just come here and have a look at it out the window.
Yeah, they
oh my god!
There she is.
Oh wow!
Now remember, guys, it's not a real. Remember, it's not a real. It's just a prop now.
Yeah, see,
When you look
it's like Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
But think about it. It's like with the globe.
They're working on it, but
the
fuck out room up.
Yeah, look at all the lights and stuff, and the people in lab coats and things. It's like, oh. But I mean, it's the same with these globies when they try and defend. It's like, I saw the rocket go into space. I looked at it. Have you ever heard of things called air shows before?
Yeah.
They're getting fooled. I think it's more the public just getting fooled than the people that are doing the show.
Look at the
I love your roadster,
dramatic
butter.
use. Look at the dramatic use of lights and fog machines too. To really
Oh, yeah.
add to the effect. These
I mean,
people
that
really-
alone.
Yeah.
They needed to do that because they only have a nose cone. They have nothing behind it.
Good one.
Orbital 1.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
If you just look, you can see the liquid oxygen hydrogen operates talks about being loaded into the fuel cells.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Look, God and everything.
Our new home. We're not stopping here long
This is
because
out of a
they're
film.
working on it.
This is out of a film.
They look like they stepped out of Harry Potter. They really do.
Oh man.
Oh, this is movie stuff.
Look at the guy in the white coat.
Yeah. Proper like sort of not
Indiana Jones sort of character.
professor.
So the countdown is well underway.
Oh my gosh. It looks beautiful, doesn't it?
We've got to get on to our final destination. Places to go, people to see.
Look at that. That's all for it.
Come in here.
Mission Control. This was in 2005, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks
We had
bad,
flat
dude, for Mission
screens.
Control.
I'm sure we had flat screens by then.
We had plasma screens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's low end budget, man. They had to spend a lot, and they got the brightest of the bunch there. Yeah.
This is Sergei Boschov's private viewing gallery. And this is Mission Control. Basically, Fido, Dido, Lido, Nacus is over there.
Fido, Dido, Lido. No. I think they also had to make it easy to remember.
Yeah. It's Manny, Mo, and Mac.
And there's Mummy.
Guy with the bald head, and this chap is your mummy. All the information basically is pulled up there, and experts in whatever field who want it can grab it, cross-reference it with each other. Let me just go and grab your Capcom and say hello.
Hollywood sound designer Dean Andre has donned a white coat to play the part of the controller.
Come and meet my troops.
I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy that built the simulator.
Did he call him a controller? Like a MK Ultra controller? He's gonna go handle these kids?
Does sound like it.
It does, doesn't it?
This is
No,
Dean,
hell.
our chief Capcom.
How you doing, buddy? Billy. Billy. Oh, pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you, sir. Hi. Paul. Oh, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie. How are you?
Charlie.
Charlie, nice to meet you. Oh, God, I've heard all about this, you guys. It's great. It's great. It's a little cold in here. We keep it cold because we want to make sure that everyone stays awake. You know, we drink a lot of coffee, a lot of tea, but you know, we've been practicing this for forever. We're waiting for the day it's coming. We're really excited. We're really excited.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Amazing, can't wait.
Congratulations. I'm looking forward to seeing you up there. It's gonna be great. Oh, well, I need to get back to work.
Sure,
Is
of
it
course.
okay?
Absolutely.
Hey, we'll see you guys later.
Okay, and then I think the next one they're actually going to climb in on the... is the one where they actually...
Once more, the cadets kind of accidentally guessing the whole thing without realising it, but the special effects department just still getting away with it. After the break, it's time for the journey to space to begin, and for us to truly say, may the force be with you.
Force.
Don't go
Get
west.
it? May the force be with you.
There it is. Wow.
Okay, yeah, they're putting their suits on, thinking they're going to space, guys.
Space hug. Group space hug.
Now put your arms on the shoulders, please. You three, to me, are nice people. You're nice people.
Yeah, all of you guys are.
All dressed up and ready for space, the cadets bid farewell to their comrades.
it's touch everything.
But I think by this time, those other people knew that it was fake. The guys who were out already. So they're in on it as far as.
So, like, nice.
Is it not long? Guys, I see.
See you later, lads. Can't touch. Can't touch. See you later. Look. Love you all.
Yeah, bye, you idiots. Yeah.
Shaggy. Back cuts. See you, Shags. Peace out, peeps. See you later. Oh, I got itchy ear.
Yeah, my head's itchy.
I got itchy ear.
Little tear.
God. Ah, Charlie boy.
Oh, this is bloody heavy.
Right. Paul.
They get light.
Charlie.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're just climbing in and whatever. They're really taking this seriously.
Brilliant. They've got their space suits on, they're ready to party. But they've all got a serious case of space butterflies, and it's time for them to board the bus and make their way to the shuttle and actually get on it. Now, this is a very risky part of the Enterprise, and even the slightest mistake could ground everything before they even have the chance to blast off.
I think it's like literally on the side by the stage.
Bye! Bye! Thank you! Thank you! Woohoo! Come on! This is it. Wait, this is what we earned this. We earned this.
All right, guys, man.
Come on, let's enjoy it.
Just love it.
Tell me, did the wind sweep you off your feet? Did you finally get the chance to dance along? Oh my gosh, this is cool.
General purpose computer backup switches are set to normal.
I said that's such bullshit. Just wandering them around through these mazes and shit. Really getting them. It's all
They're frankly
psychological.
just walking around in circles to make it feel longer than it is. See, there's like a controller.
Chaz. Really says you okay?
I'm good.
One at a time.
One at a time. There's a simulator. And now tell me, guys, how people can't believe that it can be faked. Come on. They think they're going to a space shuttle, but they're not. What does that tell you?
Nobody can be fooled, Flats. Nobody.
No one can be fooled. How dare you guys say someone's fooled?
It's because they didn't have that kind of technology in 1969. Come on, man.
Right.
They couldn't have faked it back then. They could
I mean,
send them.
have you guys watched Captain 1 before?
You ever see a movie with James Cameron called
Captain 1.
36 Hours? Okay? No. And what it is they take him and they give him amnesia. Anyways, he wakes up in this hospital. He's in an Army field hospital. And he's one of the few that knew the whole Operation Overlord, right? And this is supposedly a long time after the invasion and everything. He finally came out of the coma and all this. And they want to debrief him. But what he figures out is that he was only knocked out for a short period of time. He wasn't out in a coma. It wasn't years ahead of where they thought. They'd actually grayed his hair. And it was a whole Nazi operation trying to get the plans for Operation Overlord. And one of the things is like he's recovering, he's walking outside, and an enlisted guy goes to salute him, and the enlisted guy clicks his heels. Well, American soldiers don't click their heels. And he starts to see that there's something up, and there's something about a paper cut on his finger that hasn't healed. He remembered getting it like a day before. And he still had that. So he starts getting suspicious and he starts playing along with it, like trying to figure out what's going on. Really good movie. It's with James Garner. I believe it's called 36 Hours. Really good.
I should actually check it out. Yeah.
Definitely check that out.
Because like I was saying with Capricorn 1, this reminds me of Capricorn 1. Have you guys watched that?
Yeah.
Yeah. OJ.
It's the same thing where they thought they on the way, they're getting in there, and then just before launch, they say, "No, you guys have to climb out." And then they take them through a back door, and then put them in a warehouse, and then they sit there, and then they like have to be at a safe house, you could say, and act like they're on, on the shuttle, gone up and everything. It's the same thing.
Would it be a 1964 film? So
65, yeah, 64, yeah.
Yeah, you've got
65, yeah.
Yeah.
36 hours.
30
Yeah.
Directed by George Seaton, a story
Yes,
from
that's it.
Carl K. Kit Hittleman.
I'm trying to see if they've got it on.
I'll check it out as well.
Следующий. Next.
Okay, that's climbing in.
Привет, ребятки. Who's that behind me there? Mission Control, I'm just going to greet...
Love you lot. Good luck.
Yeah, well done, guys.
Space, here we come.
Ooh. They kind of fell for it, didn't they?
Kinda. Hook, line, and sinker, man.
Space Cadets.
Oh, God. This is it. The time we've all been waiting for. The brave British space tourists, Billy, Kerry, Paul and Charlie, to a lesser extent because he's an actor and he's got a lame cover story about being a poet. But anyway, they're about to blast off into space.
You are T-minus 90 seconds.
Oh my god.
Good luck, everyone.
Good
Good
luck.
luck, everyone.
Good luck.
Well done for getting
Good
here.
luck.
Good
Sviat.
luck, Evgeny.
Come on.
Cheers.
Sviat.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
All right. Clearance.
Earth Orbiter 1, you are go for engine start.
Roger that.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yay!
Well done, guys.
10, 9,
Ready?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Oh my god, we got
0.
space, guys.
Earth Orbiter 1, Captain Crimps. Confirm startup. Engine shutters on. Over.
Commander has confirmed startup engine shutters on.
It was all going so well, and then...
Capcom Crimps, we have power loss. Main engine power loss. Earth Orbiter 1, Capcom Crimps. Reading on the NH3 controller PRI
Really?
GPC. Is that correct? Capcom Crimps, this is Earth Orbiter 1. Do you read me? Over.
Reading you, bank to turn left into taxiway 4 on my mark. 2,
Negative
1,
Capcom Crimps. Negative Capcom. We will be waiting here for just a couple of minutes.
Exactly the same.
runway 9er on my mark. 5,
Now they're going to try again. Okay.
We've unhooked from the tractor.
1,
We are going for takeoff, alright?
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
No way.
Yeah, it is.
prepare for rocket ignition.
Alright, here we go.
Have you guys ever been on like a simulator, roller coaster simulator or anything before?
Yeah.
Then on a simulator was of the it was a certain
Not convincing.
it had the land speed record. It was a car. Can't remember the name of it. It was about 700 mile an hour. It went. Do you remember the name of that, Michael?
The Bloodhound.
No, it was like not the boat. Bluebird was the boat, wasn't it, or the Bluebell? But it was like, what was the car called?
Because I know the Bloodhound holds the record for the land speed.
It was just like
Like,
two
what is
massive
it, like
jet
400
engines.
miles an hour or something? 400 something miles an hour?
Maybe
or something?
that. Maybe 700 is a bit
Faster.
too much. Yeah.
This is fucking amazing. This is amazing.
This is fucking amazing. We are going so fast.
Rotation. We're going so fast.
Take it off. Take it off now.
On my mark. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. Solid rocket boosters have ignited. We have liftoff. Landing hydraulics retract. Check.
Hydraulics retracted.
Oh, it's working, guys. We're flying.
Do you guys think all of them are still Glovers? I'd love to get one of them on this channel.
That's crazy.
You know.
Maximum dynamic pressure has been reached. Check.
Maximum dynamic pressure has been reached. Over.
Totally covered.
We're starting our banking maneuvers.
What did he say?
Back there.
Actually, can leave it. 5 minutes. Let's get
I
to
love
where they're gonna.
Hey, guys, say hi to my lovely wife, Susan.
Hello, Susan.
Hello, Susan. I think they're gonna like stop down there.
Yeah, gravity can hit.
I think they're gonna stop forward and say, "Oh, come look at the Earth from space."
Single engine to MECO over. You are go for engine shutdown and OMS in 50 seconds over.
And then there's going to be a thud. But everything feels like we're going down. I think we're going round Earth's orbit at the moment. Round Earth's orbit at the
Main
moment.
shutdown on my mark.
So,
He kind of looks like Val Kilmer there. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
He does. Ice, baby.
October's really good. Let's look back at
it's very smooth though. It's like we haven't even left the ground. That's a...
Oh my god.
It's fucking
That's what you call a zinger.
Oh wow.
smooth it is.
5,
Really
4,
weird.
3, 2,
Here we go.
1,
Boost.
mark. Capcom Crimps to Earth Orbiter 1. You may commence your on-orbit operations. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Capcom. Thank you.
All right, all tight. Thanks for the AGG. Did that. All right, folks. We're going to come around and unhook you in just a second while we unhook ourselves.
Please do not leave the
Space?
seats. No.
Okay.
Stay way off in a moment.
We don't want
Everyone
to
all right? Yeah.
Fantastic. I feel fucking amazing.
Confirm. I am switching to
Hands in
GPC
everyone.
autopilot
Hands in,
on my
Charlie.
mark.
Charlie.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, they're not letting us
Switch
show
to
this now.
autopilot confirmed.
With orbit achieved, our actor pilots decided to do a little more covering up for those earlier teething problems.
You don't want to unstrap. You're
Sorry?
happy, just excited. That's good.
Feel good there, Kenny?
That's smoother than like taking. I've had worse flights. Very far away. You stay on the regular jet. You have the engines very near. Yeah. But we have engines long. Yeah. If you would near the engines, it would blow our air.
Do you ever sit at the back of the plane, then sit at the front of the plane?
Yeah, it's different signs. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Okay, it's the next one now.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
actually
yeah.
chose
You
it.
really got to sell the lie.
Yeah. Check.
There's some gullibility
Gonna
going
show
on.
them Earth. Gonna show them Earth from space, guys.
Hard work has gone into creating this virtual reality.
Says y'all get that link? Yeah, I put that link to
Yeah, I got
archive
it,
for 36 hours. That movie I was talking about.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's in there.
Yeah, that's a link for it now that Michael put up on Filmwave.
Got it, yeah.
Filmwave? Yeah, Flatzoid, sorry. Flatzoid.
That's a great psyop they pull on that dude, man. It's a great psyop, but just
I think
not
I
good.
might have seen it. If it's, I didn't realize that Jim Rockford was bloody James Garner. I didn't realize until until I just put it all together. Like, do you know what the fuck these teams going on?
That's not this one. Oh man, I want to show where they're just showing them this space.
I can see the curve. I think that's what they say.
Yeah. Gotta be, yeah.
Flight Commander Ivanovich has switched the shuttle to autopilot so they can leave the cockpit and show the cadets around.
Okay,
Russian, it's actually English.
It had to be, it had to be this one.
I think that's it. Maybe.
Where is it? Where is it? Because I actually told him, stand up and go and look.
Can't believe they've tricked him into thinking that there's no weightlessness. So that's crazy.
I know. That's if I was still believed in it and that happened to me, I was still enough to fall for it, I would be disappointed about that. I'd want it to float about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, are they going to show them now?
It'll probably be near the end. They'll probably go around the ship and that for a bit. They pull the screen up at the end, don't they?
Yeah, that's just it. They let them actually stand up and actually go to the front and look at it.
It'll be
Why?
So we go around the world in 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
That's incredible.
I'm just bewildered and enchanted by how successful the illusion is being.
That's the thing, the flash can do.
Capcom Crimps to Earth Orbiter 1. You may commence your on-orbit
Convince.
operations.
Yeah, that. You may convince.
Yeah.
Congratulations, everybody.
Yay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's a gotcha. Where is it? The one I showed. Oh, man.
That's it right at the end of it.
Do you want a coffee? Would it be a shitter if someone was... We accidentally heard, "Oi mate, do you want a coffee?" From out the back.
I don't know. Maybe it's not in this. Maybe it's not in this playlist. But they showed them space, and then
They didn't put the last. They didn't put the bit at the end where they pull the screen up.
Yeah.
They haven't put that in the playlist.
No, I didn't know. Oh man, that's what I wanted to show you guys. Like how excited they were.
Let's see if we can find it.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna search for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Cadets see the Earth. Man. I think it's this one. Let's go back a bit. Touch. It's still there.
Maybe it's right at the beginning.
No, it's just at a... Oh, man. Oh, it should be, maybe.
Yeah, I think this is it.
So,
yeah.
Mark 2, 1.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Nearly 24 hours into reliving that really short thought.
They show us.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they show.
I think they talk about it and then
where we pray.
And they show it.
Thank you very
yeah, because they
I
were
wanna
saying
go
how
with
fake it was, they were mentioning,
Yeah.
and they were thinking that they would catch on.
Oh, man. So you have to look when they're in their red shirts, though. This is like not very nice. Showing the orange suits. Maybe
I think it was before they were.
Separation.
Now we see you. Solid rocket boosters have separated.
What it was going to feel like to take off, and straight through.
Earth over the one Capcom Crimps.
Oh, wicked.
Engine
Whoa.
system.
50 seconds over.
when Drew says, right, we're in space now, I was like, what? Really? It's just like being on a plane, but a lot smoother.
It feels like we're still on the ground, don't you?
Yeah.
So smooth, isn't it?
Amazing. Did you guys enjoy the ride?
Yeah, it's good.
That was something else.
Yeah, you were still on the
We
ground.
tried to keep it as smooth as we could.
Really quick.
We're going very quick.
Yeah.
You did
We're
great.
doing 28,000 kilometers per hour right now.
Yeah.
So
we go around the world in 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Convince your on.
Convince. Okay, this is where it shows you talking.
Yeah, I found one that's got
Do you want
it in
coffee?
it.
From right about it looks like we're in.
At the moment, we've got 3 people who believe they're in space. Intimate.
Maybe he shows them later.
Gravity and rush.
I've got one that shows it, and I've got this. If it's not on this one, I've got one where it's 25 minutes long, and it's about 18%.
Where they show it.
Yeah, I just it shows it. Yeah, do you want me to share it?
Yeah, if you can show where they're showing space. Yeah.
Right, I think I'm at it. I think I've just got to the point.
Because that's actually what we want to show. How excited they are.
It looks just like this globe.
So, yeah.
It does, yeah.
It's about somewhere. Yeah.
The PJ.
Curvature of the Earth for the first time.
It's absolutely amazing. We've just seen the Earth. Like, I can't even believe I'm saying that sentence. We're just so happy.
I just saw the world.
Yeah, they just said they've just seen it.
It was a truly brilliant television moment. This was by far the emotional peak and high point of the series.
All the problems in the world just
That's
seem
what we
minor,
seen.
You know that? From, like, just,
That's what they see.
They just don't like all wars and stuff that's going on. It just seems like.
All the social engineering, the simulator, all brought the show to this point.
We're in space. Space is great. Space is the place. We've just seen the Earth.
Space is safe.
That was humbling.
So they see-
So deep
That's what
within
they
the
say.
I know where I am, and yet I don't.
And I'm just thrilled, and I'm happy, and I'm so proud that I'm lucky that I'm here.
The challenge was, having made 3 members of the public genuinely believe they're in space, where do you go from there? Well, I felt as a viewer that the show wasn't entirely sure of that question either.
The cadets' orbit around the Earth will not always be smooth space sailing.
Oh,
But yeah, guys, that's what they
got
showed.
Yeah, I don't know if it's you again.
They got these
This is
dudes.
all after the show, I think.
Oh, they got these guys.
They got them good.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Crazy, huh?
Them and the rest of the people on there.
But that's what they were convinced by that a little bit.
So what's the moral of the story?
Don't trust Johnny Bond.
Yeah, it's easily fakes, man.
Yeah.
People are gullible, hopeful, trusting. It's a lot of very gullible people that don't use common sense.
Naive.
You know, all they'd have to do is lift their arms up a little bit and to see if it would hang there, right? With the BS that we were taught about the zero gravity thing. That's all they'd have to do. They don't even have to leave their seats.
Mm-hmm. But remember, they were now taught that they have artificial gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
It's loopy.
Really idiotic.
Nuts, man.
Oh boy.
Go for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Artificial gravity. All right.
Yeah, it's easy to make artificial gravity because gravity doesn't exist.
Well, if you get some dark matter, and I think you can pull a lot of dark matter out of Uranus. It's the only place that shit exists is in your ass. There ain't no way. Sell it canned. I got dehydrated water for those survivalists that are buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, guys, I got to get off here. I got to take this dog outside.
Yeah.
before
I was
going
going to
crazy.
actually. We're not having a nice long time tonight, at least.
Uh-huh.
But
Good
yeah,
seeing you guys. Take care.
Yes, see you, Butters.
Just
All right. Take care.
All right.
God bless.
Thanks all for coming.
Oh, you got it, man. Anytime, man. Anytime. Yo, I'm about to roll as well. I gotta cook dinner, so it ain't gonna cook itself.
Cheers, man.
Absolutely. Bless you, man.
All right,
Blessings.
bless y'all.
Bye,
Family,
bye.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you, and take
Night,
care.
man.
Thanks for
Peace,
having
man.
me. Thanks for having me, Flats.
Cheers, man. Thanks for coming.
All right.
And yeah, thanks everybody else for coming. You guys rock.
Absolutely.
It was a good stream.
Decent, man. It was fun.
I'm surprised you're awake, Michael.
Yeah, you had to.
I was just about just before I started,
He's not now.
gonna say I'm gonna bed.
Yeah, and where I found that little bit there, that wasn't even the actual series. That was it.
Yeah, but we get the point.
Yeah. They did see more of it on. I can't believe they didn't put the conclusion to it. Unbelievable. It's typical, though, isn't it? It's typical.
Yeah.
You should Google
Maybe it was in a later part that we didn't get to.
Yeah,
where
you
they
should Google what happened to them people after.
I bet there's been a documentary.
Space Cadets, see what happened to them. Like,
Guaranteed.
We should actually.
We'll have to have a look at that. During one of my streams, like at the end of it, we'll have to have a look at that Chuck Missler and the flat Earth thing. You know what I mean? See what he's saying about it.
watch it.
Yeah, I will do actually. See what he's saying, because I'm sure he said he was, but I might have been mistaken. But he's certainly talking about it.
I'm just going to end the stream off quickly. Cheers, guys. Thanks all for coming. I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Many, many blessings, and may the pressure